You're watching Tales from the Ten Lands, a Black Barrel Tavern production. Back to the plot. Hello, everyone. Let's get that music going down a little earlier this time around. There we are. We are back! The Black Barrel Tavern with our lovely Guildhall gamers for session 15. So hyped for this session.
Oh my.
I am very happy for all of it.
Oh my.
It's really windy and sometimes that makes dust. I'm so glad I don't have like actual allergies.
Yeah, I bet.
But
Over
you know,
here in
everyone's allergic
California,
to regular
the
dust.
pollen has been going nuts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, apparently it's bothering everyone already. I think we are about ready to go. We do have some surprises later down the line.
You guys are gonna love it. So
Among
good.
surprises is the fact that I will be holding all of these people hostage for an extra moment when we hit our break, depending on if the prize actually gets here around break time.
You ordered me
Fingers
pizza?
crossed.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have, therefore I didn't, because I don't know your actual address.
Well.
Trust me, at some point in the future, I will be, like, properly making sure I have everyone's addresses, and occasionally just like, hey, by the way, do not order dinner. It's on its way. I have done that in the past to people.
Yeah. Free food. Free food.
And in the future, when you all know mine, by all means. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and that's week to week, so I will not be opposed to people sending me food.
I remember those days.
Yes.
I remember them because I'm
It's a
still
hell of
living
a
it.
club. Yes,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a club.
Yeah.
My internet is being stupid,
Oh
just
no.
for the record.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Sarah.
I hope that it doesn't stay bad for long.
It's just D&D Beyond hates me. That's all.
Oh, very sad.
Okay, I'm not the only one who's getting a lag then on Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So.
Also, I lost
Yep,
Fairy
no, I'm
Fire
doing
last
fine.
session.
Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah.
did. Anyway,
Yeah, you did. Don't worry. I have
Yeah.
plans for
Oh.
that in the future.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yes.
I'm looking forward
and
to
I
it.
have already removed the arrow that you made me lose.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
lost
let that one
most
down,
of my
am I?
daggers.
Oh, no,
No.
never. Never, darling.
This is
Every
definitely
town.
a setback.
Do we have any really
and-
cool arrows?
Yeah.
I mean, you are talking to a curator when you get all the way back, but before we get back, we have to get to the past. And in the past, we have a recap. And as always, for our lovely recap, we have our lovely Skad.
Well, I don't think I'm going to do the recapping. I'm going to hand it off to a few of my long-lost cousins. Yeah, Gus. Apparently they're out of the mines. Well, ain't that right, Bart? What kind of happened to them? Can you tell me? Well, Gus, a lot. You see, these weirdos didn't even know each other a few weeks ago until some pirates attacked that town Mandan down there on the coast. Oh, you mean Mandan with all the ships and they had a pirate attack that was really a distraction? Yep, that's the one. Anyways, they came together, tracked down some leads, fought some animated armor, and then trekked off to meet the Lord of the Realm, sort of Mandan and the surrounding areas, you know, up there in that holler. Oh, yeah, Lord Sandro. I remember him. Yeah, poor fella. Hope he's feeling better. Anyways, they were given a job and marched right up here to the mines. Yeah, and they went right on in and started killing everything. Found a few dead bodies first, but then they made their way to the bottom and then the boss fight. Oh, I love me a boss fight, Bart. Ain't that right, Gus? But the boss fight got a little close there right near the end. So it seems that one of them decided to make a deal with their patron. Oh, that Ten Tails lady. Oh, she's really pretty. Watch it, Gus. You gotta be respectful now. I'm sorry, Bart. Anyways, yep, she made the deal and now they're all saved and outside the mine. But what's gonna happen next? Well, back to you, Gil.
All right. So much fun every single time.
I'm running out of ideas, guys. I panic every time.
Why
I
did
might
you
I'll
have
toss
it
some
on
thoughts.
camera?
I'll toss some thoughts to you at some
God.
point.
You can recycle stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, recycling is fine.
All right, we're going back to the WWE.
Fantastic.
Ding ding. Round one.
So, you are all currently semi-surrounded by Archon hounds, and you are all
boys.
situated where you are all looking at this woman, which you can assume is the Baroness.
No.
At that point, Silver was brooding and being kind of spicy.
Yeah. Silver and Fiacre, I believe, were discussing what the fuck this moment is.
And I
And as
don't know
they're doing
shit.
that-
I'm sleeping.
Yeah. And while this is happening, Mithluna is still on one knee, giving homage to her patron.
Scott's a few
What?
steps behind, head bowed in respect, but not in fealty, because obviously.
Mhm.
What? So, what happened? What drew us out? I
did.
felt personally that we were getting close. What? Who?
I got us out. And do I still have the letter guild, or did the letter kind of disappear?
You are still holding the letter.
I will kind of nod my head in reverence to the Baroness, and I'll stand up to hand the letter to Fiacre and let her read it. I'll just say, Mia was down. That thing was going to get Skad. I got us out.
As a
And-
matter of fact,
My Baroness, and she's very specifically saying, my Baroness, and nodding to the Kitsune, who's in human form right now, right?
Yes.
Nodding to the Baroness, saying, and I asked her to save all of you, and she did.
as a
And
matter
then
of
I
fact,
turn to the Baroness while Fiacre reads the letter, and I say, and I believe now I have sworn an oath to you, a binding oath.
To a degree, yes. It is a curious thing that you have asked of me. Something I do honestly admire you for. Making such a request for something so selfless is quite grand.
No ship is worthy without a crew.
and Fiacre finishes reading and sort of hands it off to Silver, who's still probably just standing there.
Probably still mad.
Oh yes,
Yeah, but controlled mad because she doesn't want to like disrupt things, but she's trying her best to mask it of how angry she actually is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good thing you're on full plate.
Fiacre is Fiacre is giving a hard look. And by the way, I will get you to say they them pronouns for them eventually. They're giving
I'm so sorry.
You're all right. They're giving Mithluna a hard look. Not maybe furious, right? Like not like boiling anger exactly, but definitely a sort of an intense look, right? Their eyes are narrowed, their mouth is drawn, they're clearly kind of in that same space of torn and thinking of what to say, speechless, almost for which is rare for them.
It's always a bad sign when the bard is speeches.
I think what Silver's doing, she's going to turn her back to everyone and she's going to kind of angle herself towards the mine. She's going to say the fancy words that I totally know of how to put the thingies back in her back. Rest in the grave. Skulls on skull thongs all over again. But she'll put them back in her skin and just sort of get used to that feeling. Hands on her hips, just shaking her head. And she'll go back over to Fiacre, take a deep breath, put a hand on their shoulder, with their consent, of course, and just sort of lean in and say, we're going to fucking fix this if it's the last thing that I do. Their blood is on my axe, and I'm not going to wipe it off. This will not be forgotten.
I couldn't agree more. I suppose now that you've somewhat introduced us, Mithluna,
This is my apologies. This is Baroness Guild. Help me out here. I am forgetting her full title and name.
you really have to write all this stuff down, guys.
The fun thing is, it's actually among your areas, if I am right.
Yeah, where is it so I can
Titans of old.
properly.
Oh wait, no, I didn't update that.
Okay.
That happens. That one's on me. I will not deny that. I thought I had updated that. It's still in the other server. My bad.
It's all right. It's all part of the process.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm sending it to you as a direct message.
Thank you.
Right now.
All right. My friends, this is the Baroness of the Gold Rose, Isani Sans. And she'll finish it off by saying a Titan of old.
I'm going to actually pop in the whole proper name for her. Isune Sans Warwick.
Warwick, okay.
Holding that there for just a second because that's going to be something that you all yell at me for later. I'm okay with that.
I'm just here. I can barely do math, so I'm not one to
insert yelling here so I don't forget to do it later.
Fiacre's going to take a second and inhale, exhale, sort of, school their face and remember their manners. And they will do a little flourishing bow to the Baron and say, "It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I apologize for having failed to greet you immediately, but I think that we are a party of mixed feelings here at the moment, and frustrations are running high. I do hope that you will forgive us our momentary rudeness.
My hand is still on your shoulder, by the way, Fiacre. When you bowed, obviously, I took my hand off because that would be weird. But I'll put it back just to keep myself calm. I apologize for my bruteness. And I apologize for not bowing to you, Baroness, but I do not know you. I only bow to those who are of Blood Screamer. And she'll try to soften her face because secretly she's excited about new friends, but wants to seem tough right now.
Baroness, you mentioned a moment ago that the battle we just fought was not in the mines.
Correct.
Where were we?
Something that I personally find offensive that was created much farther back. A room along the path. There aren't many. Defiling such a powerful thing is matter. Change it.
What were we fighting? What was that?
The thing that you had me pull you away from?
Yes.
That is a keeper. There are very few that survived the wars. They consistently die when things like this happen. Being brought in and let loose, or used improperly. The Keeper of Secrets is unruly. Secrets are not things that are easily held for long periods. But as the concept of holding on to something that should not be shared I had hoped that Vastaraga had fallen into the void long ago. But
What
they
was
are
that name? Vastarana?
Vastaraga.
Vastaraga.
You can also see the spelling for it on one of my TikToks.
Ostaraga. Maybe that's how I know the name. Silver doesn't know that, does she?
No, it is a old concept.
Okay. Ostaraga. That's really nice to say. I'm gonna sit there and mutter that to myself now.
It has a good mouthfeel, it really does.
It does. Ostaraga.
There are very few of those things left. I'm not ashamed that I had used one long ago.
That seems a powerful tool.
How did this one survive? You said the war, like most of them did not survive the war. How did this one survive?
Child, there have been many wars over many ages. Several die every age, and sometimes the concept is reborn. Other times, the original holder of a title, such as this particular secret keeper, endure despite the things that have occurred in there.
Well, I don't suppose we can sit here and get all our questions asked. After all, right? We would need something, or perhaps someone more to help us with that. Unless, of course, the good Baroness would be willing to tell us a little bit about our friend that we failed to capture.
Perhaps I
These are-
will give information more future. For now, though, I will offer one more assistance at the request of permission to enter.
Enter?
Miss Riverwright, I will reseal your home if you wish. I
Is
just
it a-
ask that I will seal the doors as they once were, fixing the stone, preparing it to its former glory, as well as filling the dirt.
What's the catch?
I ask you let me have 1 hour among the inside. I promise to not step among the path, for it is not some place I ever relished in, even in my time.
And that's it. No other strings. Just 1 hour in the mines to look around. You're not going to come back later and be like, hey, new friend, Silver, I need $1 million from you or anything, right?
No, if there was anything else to ask, she would ask it of me.
And what of the path? The entrance to the path? What of that? Per this deal.
I will station 2 guards.
You better not be fucking with me. And she'll reach out her hand and then shake it.
She will take yours and give you a fairly firm grip. That
She'll match
is,
it.
yeah. You notice that it
Little
is
bit of a
that
grip
her
battle.
hand is unusually warm, as if like your hand, as if like she's been standing in the sun all day on a hot summer day.
I don't mean to be rude, but are you okay, Boo Boo? Do you need some like water or anything? Because you'd be steaming.
You just called the Titan that brought me back to life, Boo Boo.
She looks
That
at
is
you
Silver.
Yeah,
with
it's Silver.
she just looks at you and calmly says, "Fine, child."
My child. I'm like not a child, but that's okay. you're dehydrated. I'll let it slip.
Or much, much younger than I.
Fair.
Mild horror across Mithluna's face.
Yeah, she looks like she's in her, like, mid to late 20s.
I mean, you look great for your age. But I'm really concerned about your heat. I'm not saying you're hot. I'm just saying, like, you're a little warm to the touch.
Mithluna's gonna go up and tap Silver on the shoulder and say, "I have one more question for you, Baroness."
Hitting on her, okay? Not that smooth.
Yes.
Well, now she knows you are.
No, you certainly are fucking not.
You don't even know. I could be smooth.
The clump of gold that we found. What was that?
This is the first time Skad's head looks up. His head and his eyes have been down this whole time.
You notice a very, very slight tightening of the side of her cheek. God.
Mm. Mm.
And yeah, you're the only one awake that can actually catch that. The gold that is probably been removed was the door. Set in place, it is not harmful to anyone. But when you remove something of such power, something that holds back such energy, it changes.
Now I'm twice as disappointed that I could not come back to try and take it.
We'll get there eventually.
He looks to Silver once more.
Yes.
Give you my word. Not a single speck of the gold will be removed from your mine.
Thank you. Not often that I accept help from strangers and people, but we don't need to get into that. But thank you. That's all I ask.
She looks around at the group before finally looking back to Mithluna. You will know when I have more for you. Understand that you are now seen as a subject of my house.
She nods. Do you expect any... How can I better represent your house if I am now a servant of it?
If you truly wish to project that stance, add a golden rose to your regular attire. Be it a physical thing or embroidered. I will not require it of you. If you wish to announce it to others, that is what you shall do.
Mithluna nods, thinks about it for a moment, and says, I will add it to my flag. Thank you for saving my friends.
You're welcome. They are blessed to have you. Believe that you will continue blessing them in the future. On a side note, as DM, you might want to reload your character page. There has been something added to...
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay. When that's finished, then reload your character.
Okay, sounds good.
So it'll let you know when it's finished.
Perfect.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do it one way. I'll just do it the other way. So I can finish here in just a second.
Because while you will not be able to get your spell back via normal means, I am giving you a first level spell.
Ooh.
By me, I mean your Baroness.
I look forward to finding out which one.
Chaotic magic can do some interesting things.
Oh, naughty dog.
Hey, you can go Wild Magic Sorcerer and possibly learn a new spell by force.
I would never go wild magic sorcerer.
All right.
What,
go
you're
ahead
afraid
and try
that
and reload it now.
Perfect.
And while all this is happening, Melee is still.
I'm sorry, I tried to get to the part where it can wake you up.
Well, as she starts walking away, she says something in a language that none of you understand. And you see two of the Archons start following her as she starts walking in through the hole in the door. And as soon as she is inside, the other Archons are starting to put the stone back in place and mend the doors.
Does the language sound like the one that the lizard man was using?
No.
Like, okay.
You could do a... What would be a good roll for that? Intelligence?
Yeah.
Check. I'm not exactly sure what skill would be best used for it.
History?
Could
I
be
don't know.
without a skill. Could just be.
Okay.
Yeah, just an intelligence check.
18 for me.
And that's a 7.
Yeah, Fiacre, unfortunately, you are not sure what it is. Skad, you're pretty sure that she's using Celestial. You've heard it
Oh, shit.
rarely, but...
Yeah.
Like, of course, the woman who can summon Archons knows Celestial.
Right.
By the way, if anybody is within like 5 feet of Scott, I don't know where we're all standing. As they walk off and the Archons are fixing the door, Scott says, under his breath, almost inaudible, "Well, the goodest of boys," and then winces at that just came out of his mouth.
The
I like
Archon that was holding, that had initially brought Mia and had set her down, presses his hand to his chest for a second, holds his hand over her forehead, and you see a light emanate off of it for a moment before he gently places his hand on her forehead. Gain 16 health. I'm not wanting to roll for it. As essentially he uses Cure Wounds.
Baller.
in the 10 lands, good boys pet you.
That's getting
Fucking take an inspiration for that one. Holy shit, that was wow. I don't normally give out inspiration for humor range, but like, especially out of character humor range. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah. After he does that, he
Gets
just
up, just
vanishes.
So now what?
That's a fantastic question, Silver. And I have the answer to that. I'm so glad you asked. You see, now what happens? Now what happens is that we regroup, we go back to town, we make sure that we have enough supplies for the road, and then we march all the way back to Lord Xandro, and we tell Lord Xandro that we had the perpetrator of his concerns in hand.
We do?
We had Silver. Oh, fantastic. Oh, believe me, I thought so too. No. We do not have. We had the perpetrator of these concerns in hand at our feet.
So what I'm
We walked away, and we have nothing to. We do not have anyone to bring before him. All we can tell him is that someone was there. They were doing something, and we're not really sure.
gonna pull Fiacre into a hug and just there.
They kind of like start to push you away for a second, and then they just pat you on the back.
I know. I think what I'm hearing is she's just gonna sit there and cradle you a little bit because she's never seen you so fired up. Listen, big feelings. I am so proud of you for finally letting this out and letting us in. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, so let's go. But I think what I heard you say was we should go to town and then kick some ass.
I don't
Oh?
think this is done yet. That's for
Oh.
sure.
Are we kicking ass in the town? I honestly think that we would not be welcome there anymore if we did that.
Y'all,
Well, we're not gonna kick ass first.
let's just go.
Okay.
Okay, real quick. I was going to initially type it out, but I'll just say this out loud for it.
Yeah.
While the rest of you are like in that moment, this is a passive 13.
Mhm.
So both Llama and God see this. Where the Baroness had been standing this for the majority of the conversation, Asgard's head is on the ground. But you didn't really notice after she left because she kind of has presence to her.
Oh yeah.
But like now that you're like looking back around and talking to each other, the two of you notice, oh, there's a head. Oh, that's his head.
Yeah. So as Fiacre, they're mentioning that. What proof do we have? I'm just like, this proof. You just hold up the head.
Was I still waking up when that happened? Because
You're just now waking up. You'll be able to see it because you're kind of like eye level with where it was.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Where
did you get that?
It was right here on the ground.
And that's
I think the Baroness left us a gift.
And that's a secondary sort of prize. Does anyone know enough about the arcane arts to tell me whether I'm not familiar with the spell Speak with the Dead. Now, does that work on heads? Because my concern was that we could get information out of the fellow when, taken into custody. I wasn't necessarily thinking we would only bring back a head. I mean, sure, that was the goal at first, but after we've learned that so much is going on. Anyone know about Speak with the Dead?
We could put
Can I do an
our hand
arcana?
up their neck and make their mouth move with our hands. Make a hand puppet. out of
puppet.
it.
I just start holding the head away from Silver as she starts screeching like, no.
Is anyone really
no.
good at like puppet master? I mean, it's an idea. I mean, we're brainstorming, right?
Can I actually roll to see if I at least know enough about it to have a hint?
Yeah, you can roll for it.
Okay.
I want to roll to see how the hell would I.
10. Don't know much about that spell.
I will try.
Hey, Gail, do you want me to block that last comment? Best viewers and followers on streamboo.com.
Yeah, ban that. Block and ban.
What happened?
Oh, person spamming.
Uh,
I wasn't sure if that was like a real person. I would feel really bad. Sorry.
15 for my arcana.
Or if we just randomly lost to Sylvane. There we go.
I'm good. Sorry, husband was going to work. Had to say goodbye.
It's okay. Tell him we love him.
do you guys see any of my dice rolls or no?
I haven't been looking.
I have not looked.
I have not been looking in.
I see him there.
No, you're good.
Wait,
yeah,
no, I
I've
don't.
only seen. Yeah.
1 second. Let me pull up the campaign.
Yeah, I'm in a crappy signal today. Like I'm at 1 bar with this, so I'm
Rest
gonna.
in peace.
As long as you know
Rest
what
in
the
peace.
role is and you can say it out loud, that's all that matters.
Oh, I'm just gonna pull out the hardware.
That works.
know what,
For 15, necromancy is not common, especially not anymore. But Speak with the Dead usually needs more than just the head that you know of.
I concede
Hmm.
today.
We'd need a far more powerful cleric than anyone here, that's for sure. But it might be difficult. But we have evidence.
So hand puppet it is.
Yeah.
No,
So that wasn't exactly what I was hoping
absolutely
for here.
not.
Very well, very well.
So I'm having to reset my
Silver
my
doesn't
setup.
get to carry the head.
I won't actually do it. Maybe.
That's
But-
what said.
Inside
Could
check.
You can insight. Here, I'll
Scott,
deception.
yeah, Scott
Whoa.
just doesn't.
Got it.
God, are you going to
natural 20, baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got a 12.
You totally believe she would never, ever make a hand puppet out of someone's head to save her friends. You totally buy that. The natural 20.
Rest in peace.
Unless they roll a nat 20.
They did
Well, he didn't.
You do it once, I'm taking the head back from you. And then
I'm
you will
not
no
gonna-
longer be ahead, you will be behind.
I'm not gonna
Head at
do
you.
it. I don't even know if that's possible.
The head is flying through the air at you right now.
I catch it.
There we are. There we are. Now that Skad, Silver, Skad has given you head.
Yeah.
We can now move on back to town.
Thanks
I
for
think that
giving
it's
me
best.
head.
After y'all are chatting for a little bit, Mia's like, anybody catch where the rhino that hit me? Fuck.
Yes,
Ooh.
there with Silver. But
Yeah, she is hard-headed like one.
You're
And
right,
we're
Mia.
talking
I
not
think
even
we
with
have
any
a very
armor.
groggy person on our hands. Let's get back to town.
Ooh.
Mithluna just kind of stops for a minute and looks at Mia and just says, "You all right?"
Yeah, give me a minute. How the fuck did we end up outside?
Oh,
Remember,
Somebody
she was
made a deal
unconscious.
with a higher power.
Remember, she was
Scott
unconscious
just-
throughout the whole ordeal.
And God
Can
just
I-
a very complicated look at Mithluna. And then he's like, all right, everyone, let's just get going. And then he
You can
hefts his
explain it to
bag,
me
and then
once-
he just starts walking.
Yeah.
yeah, for
Explain it
Colin.
to
Quick
me later once
question.
I have
Perception looking at Mia's eyes. Have they changed color at all?
Your eyes haven't changed. But the front tuft of hair that goes around to the right side of your head. So, a good large tuft to where it's hard to not notice
Mm-hmm.
is now gold. Not like
Oh, so
golden
Mia has a
blonde.
little.
So I got a
Just
blonde
straight
streak.
gold.
You have a Malin streak? That's so cool.
I'm not streaking across the neighborhood. Wait, what?
Mithluna now has a tuft of gold.
Oh, Myth has it. I
I
thought
was
you were
asking
talking
about
about
Mia.
me for a minute.
Oh, Mia!
Yeah. I was asking about Mia. Mithluna wants to see, because this has happened when people go down, they come back up with different colored eyes. It's happened twice.
Oh no,
She's
her eyes
checking
are
on
the same
Mia's eyes
color. Actually, Mia looks, aside from the grogginess, like the picture of health. The initial injuries are completely gone, no scars.
The only thing she's dealing with right now, it feels like a pack of elephants is dancing on her head. Ugh. Remember, that's what knocked her out. She had her ankle and just went kapack on the floor. So
You get used
Yep.
to that. Take it from
Yep.
this guy.
And
He just holds up the head.
remember, I'm not the target of dwarf tossing, though.
I mean,
and Mithluna lets everyone walk ahead as all the banter is happening, and she just kind of looks at all of her friends alive and just breathes a bit of a sigh of relief and then takes up the rear.
And the farthest person away from her at the front of the pack is Skad, not looking back at anybody.
so we're headed to town, or are we just wandering to look cool?
Are
Yeah,
we
we're
heading
headed back
back
to
to that
town.
mining?
Okay.
Back to
That
town.
mining thing?
I mean, we had that epic walking moment, and Silver's gonna babble off to Fiacre into the on the way into town. And Mia.
God increases his distance between him and everyone else.
For
And then
6
this one
hours,
time-
Silver just keeps.
It keeps going. And then this one time, I found this book.
Was it a good book?
There.
It's the journal we
Oh.
keep, Llama.
Oh, that book, yeah.
Yeah, that book. I'll have to pass it to you later tonight.
Yeah, I could use the reading.
All
Yeah,
right.
I wrote some really good stuff in there.
So this is going to be a DM question asking to the players.
Oh, yes, dear.
Have any of you been tracking the time
7:47.
in game?
No.
It also happens to be 7:47 in universe, believe it or not.
What?
I
I knew that.
It took us. So we started on New Year's. Next day happened.
We left on the third day.
We left on the third day. We stayed the night there. And then it was 6 days to the mines, and we did at least one long rest in the mines. So I think 11 or 12 days, depending.
And then you did every floor, and you did about a floor
We
day.
did probably
Every floor was a long
several
rest.
days, so each floor was probably a day or two, or day.
Yeah.
So
Every
roughly, we
floor
should have
was
done about
a long rest.
16 days. So
Yeah, about a fortnight.
2 weeks and 2 days.
So last I had you off, it was the
I pull up the official stuff, but like I said, internet's barely maintaining this.
yeah. Believe I gave all of you access initially to the calendar. I can resend it later as well.
I know I still have it on my Discord.
The second day of the third week of the first moon is when you had gone into the path. So 20th of Nudros or Zivo Baksun Nudros.
We entered the path.
Correct.
I'm sorry. I'm just glad you said that again because my brain heard the past. I'm like, wait, huh? I'm not doing time travel shit again.
Okay, so we entered the path for the boss fight path, because we've gone into the path twice.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That should not be happening.
Well, I thought you were celebrating.
Balloons.
I thought you were celebrating a Keystone moment.
No, I don't know why it's triggering those. 'Cause
I didn't know we
turned
were
those
sponsored by
off,
them.
And I thought I turned those off. I'll have to look into that. I don't have access to them right now. Oh well. I'll
Realistically,
out
am I
later.
going to need any other dice besides my D20s today?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay, good, because I don't know where the hell I put them.
Insane.
I've been using my
Yeah.
Beyond,
So
so I haven't been using
and
it.
it kind of depends when we did the final floor. Because the final floor is where we found the gold door, and then
That
we
was
moved
that
down
same
to the
day.
bottom. Yeah.
That was all the same day.
I would guess it's probably about late morning, unless time in the pads is a little wonky.
Time is a weird soup.
It is.
The
No,
ocean is a
time
soup.
is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so.
Sir, don't insult our Lord and Savior Ashley Johnson in front of me, please.
Don't insult Douglas Adams.
Everyone is clearly
I
being
mean,
so insulted
given-
right
Don't
now.
forget to bring your
No,
towel.
no.
I
You're
mean,
all
given
wrong.
the
Time
Ashley
is a great
Johnson
seasoning
shirt,
with all of with the meat and the vegetables. It's a great thing.
I'm just saying you insulted our High Lord and Savior Mommy, Ashley Johnson. And that's unacceptable to me. I'm wearing
Well,
this
to be
shirt
fair-
for fuck's sake.
to be fair, time might work a little different where there's magic involved.
I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
drop
why
it
I was
in.
checking to see if time in the way is as wonky.
I'm dropping the known calendar in notes. If any of you cannot see that one, let me know. It is just below custom magic item, right above the call link area.
Do.
It is a Excel spreadsheet. As a pre-warning.
No,
That's okay. The world runs on Excel.
no, it doesn't. That's where the world burns. Do you know how many spreadsheets I have to look at?
Do you know how many spreadsheets I have to run my campaigns?
I use the spreadsheet
use
because
those
it's easy to make
because I
a
am
calendar using a
pretentious.
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Like, being able to physically see my homebrew calendar is very easy when you look at it this way.
Yeah.
If I wanted to play Spreadsheet Simulator, I go back onto Eve.
I have all these spreadsheets for my campaigns as well. To track
There we
things.
go.
It's
I have to use
useful.
them for work, and it's just every time my eyes cross. So I have to have someone else make
Figure
them.
out
Well, this
Scott's
is why I
birthday.
do my creative projects in like different software than like other projects, work projects.
So what are we doing?
We're heading back to
We
town.
are walking, and we're walking, and we're
And-
walking.
And Silver
God
is
and Llama are
babbling.
brooding.
Silver is babbling.
Yeah, Scott is occasionally drawing his bows. Like, is there anything ready to jump out and kill us? And occasionally, no.
So it takes you about a half a day to get back to town.
So
You
probably right before sundown, I think, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting close to sundown.
Also, real quick, before we do get back, when we are taking a break at some point, just like a pause to like people have to do bio stuff, or get lunch, Llama will just walk up to Skad, recognize the facial expressions, hand him the letter, and then she'll just kind of nod and back off again.
He does not accept the letter.
Someone's
Then
a
she
little
doubly
kitty.
backs off.
You see his eyes are, because they do have the ring of red, but they're also red because they're a little bloodshot. And there's just like the little bit of mistiness in them. And there's just a tightness on his face that, what's your passive insight?
Do-do-do.
I didn't know that was a number.
13.
13. You get the slightest twinge that tightness in his face, that complexity has been there a while, and at the same time you can't make out the sheer storm of emotions that are on his face. But yeah, so Scott hasn't talked to any of you the entire trek back during any of the breaks. Like, if he does speak, it's real quick, curt, like mechanical language of, here, I grab some food, or here, you can eat this, really simple, really curt, but just keeping a, if not physical, an emotional distance from everyone all fucking day.
But right before, as it's kind of clear that he's rejecting the letter, Mithluna is not going to push, but she nods to acknowledge the expression and says, "You should know what it says. Your letter might be similar."
Not what it says. It's what opening it did. And he just gets up and moves and sits down alone again.
Llama takes a minute to just kind of school her expression. She tucks the letter away again and also separates herself and goes to sit down alone.
Where are we?
This was just at a waypoint. This was just I wanted to do this before we got back because I know Llama would.
Okay.
So, like, when
And now
you
we're back
took
in
a
town.
short rest, a little break
Yeah.
on the march back, had a snack.
Silver is
Got
still
it.
babbling.
So when you get back to town, you notice that there are some adventurers that were that you saw there before. If I can do a quick,
Are we at the mining town?
yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
quick. Not gonna let me. Not letting me rearrange all of you. It is annoying. Major reason it's annoying is because every time that Bree leans to the right, There we go.
Don't mind me.
Now you're back on screen.
Yeah, why was I out of frame?
Because we have a new person, and therefore the screen orientation. If I make us that way, we can see all the way to the left. Then people can see the call link,
Change places.
Yeah.
and the call link is.
No, we have a new person.
Yes.
You must have shown the call
I'm
link
noticing
anyway,
that-
because some random invader has come in.
That's a thing. That's what I accidentally did. My bad. That was weird.
Matter.
There we go.
When you get back into town, you notice that there are some adventurers that were part of the garrison for a while. And there's a new rotation that has just gotten in as well. And there is, several faces, new and old. When you're walking in, one of the people that clearly looks like an adventurer, a dragonborn, followed probably reasonably closely by a dwarf, walk up to you. As a note, dragonborn are not natural. Like I've said this before in the past, but they're created via magic, usually for a purpose. There is a mild lore of they are all knights that were created for fighting for the king. Back when it was a singular kingdom. And the dragon phalanx disbanded for a long time to go and patrol the world, keeping people safe. This particular woman has beautifully rose red scales and red eyes, wearing half plate armor, a sword slung on her hip, with a shield on her left arm. What brings you into town?
Returning from a job.
What job may that be, if I may inquire?
Contract for the Lord Xandro.
Yes, you may inquire, but we're not at liberty to discuss it in detail.
It was a hard job, if that helps.
It was. It was.
We're very tough.
Fiacre looks over at Silver and is thinking to themselves, is that an attempt to be intimidating?
No. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe.
Mia is ignoring all of this, and she's going to the bar to get a drink and try to calm the elephant in her head.
Are you all returning from the mines?
I'm a dwarf,
Yes.
so yes.
Yes, we are, and I do believe we have a room for the night.
Her shoulders visibly relax, and a small smile grows upon her face. A simple job finished is better than none. She turns to look at the dwarf behind her. I will make sure that your contract is signed off.
That'd be mighty fine of you. I'd appreciate that. Thanks.
I mean, I
So why the
wouldn't
fuck were
actually
you all
call
in the
our job
mines?
that simple.
We were.
I'm sorry.
Who are you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you?
I think we should be nicer, guys. They're just asking some questions.
I apologize.
You
know,
got
you
it
guys
gave
need
you
to-
for
No,
being
that's
mean
fair.
to a
If
God
baroness.
goes to the
have
bar
recently
and
survived
gets a
a
drink
traumatic
himself.
incident, then it'd be fine to talk to me in an aggressive manner. I'm Filigree Goldbrand. You can call me Philly. I'm with the Adventurers Guild, and you guys look like shit.
Yes.
Hey, I look great. Thank you.
I am Lady
You look
Vare.
like shit, Sil. We all do.
I look great. Thank you.
Lady Vare.
You got blood on your hands.
Lady
And
Ra,
your axes.
Lady Ra, I really appreciate you signing off on that. If that's it for the day, I'm gonna also hit up the bar because, been a day.
I see Skad coming over, and I hand him a beer. It's like, this one's on me.
By any chance, Philly,
Where did
were
you
you
get
sent
that?
to check on us?
We were sent by the manor to be of additional guard in the town. Our particular contract mentioned that when the adventurers that were sent into the mine had returned, our particular job would be finished and we would be paid through the guild.
Yes, I see. Fantastic. Well, I could do with a drink myself.
Same.
Silver?
Yeah.
Shall
We shall.
She follows along with the rest of you.
So my lady, these were the people who got sent into the mines. These.
Apparently, I do worry about the Lord's health if they were the ones sent. But if they did their job, that is all that matters.
That is true. At the end of the day, it's just a job well done. All right. Well,
Am I still carrying the head around casually?
Yes,
possibly.
Presumably in fact.
And Bucko is pretty lucky. I'm already
holding
across
it.
the.
I
Yeah,
should
and Bucko's
say
pretty
that
lucky.
you're
I'm
not
across
still
the
holding it
tavern.
by the hair.
No, I'm holding it by the hair.
Well, it doesn't
Ah,
have
come
hair,
on,
it's a
man.
lizard man.
I gotta see how.
You probably got some cloth straps wrapped.
You know
it
what?
up, put it in
Nope.
someone's belt.
Holding it by the tongue. Silver fashion.
Oh.
Just-
Oh, damn it, Sil.
See, I can see Silver poking a hole through the tongue, tying a string, and just wearing it off her belt.
I have plans for it later. It's fine.
My tongue is
Nothing
about
gross.
to like rip off at this
Just-
point. Because
I'm
remember,
gonna
it's
shut
been
up.
6 hours.
Anyways, she sees the rest of y'all coming over, and she just drops a silver piece on the thing, gets a pitcher, gets cups, and like, let's just all sit here. First round's on me.
I think we should go to a bar, my dude.
We're in one.
We're in a bar.
We're in one.
Most of them headed off to the native pit.
I'm
Yeah,
focused
we're
on
in
the
the-
lizard man right now, okay?
Yeah, we're at the tavern/bar. That's why, while y'all were talking with Lady Vash and the other one, I went to go drink my headache away, and I saw everyone. I'm like, you know what? They saved my ass. Here's a silver piece. I'm gonna get a picture. Plop. First round's on me.
I'll get the next one.
Oh, wait. No.
As
Wow.
the Dragonborn steps in, you notice that everyone turns to look at her for just a moment as she then makes her way over to the bar itself. Dragonborn are rare. Many of the knights are gone. So a Dragonborn walking around is kind of like seeing an Eladrin. It's one of those moments of, oh shit.
I'll tell the grandkids about this one.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And she walks up to the bar, pulls out a very well-polished Adventurers Guild badge, sets it down, and then pulls out another badge and sets it down beside it and says, and then looks to the table that you all are creating, and points over to your table and says to the barkeep, "They are on my tab tonight." Picks up the 2 badges,
Take it.
nods to the rest of you, looks to the barkeep who just, all right. And then she leaves.
A nice little toast.
Okay,
Well, see you later, Pete,
you're
for the
also
first
covering my
round.
tab for tonight. Okay, bye. All right.
If she doesn't, we will.
I think you were included in the they in this situation.
Silver just slaps the lizard head on the table and sits down in front of it.
That's not sanitary. All right.
She's gonna inspect it to see if she can actually turn it into a puppet.
I lean over to this new dwarf and I'm just like, she never cares. She never fucking cares.
Also, okay, I gotta talk to you. Because are you one of the only people who wears shoes in this group?
No,
I mean-
I do.
I
I
do
wear
human.
boots.
begrudgingly.
I wear nice shoes, as a matter of fact.
I don't.
You wear boots. They're
mean,
part of your
no.
template.
We all
I'm
wear
barefoot.
again, she's the weirdo of us, and that's saying a lot.
But like,
Considering.
there's like I know for a
Yeah, I
fact there's a
wouldn't
lot
say
of safety regulations in mines regarding boots and wearing like covering for your feet because you are likely to get hurt there. Slips, trips, and falls are like the #1 source of damage in a workplace environment, and I cannot stress this enough. You should be wearing shoes.
She'll just put up a foot. My feet are
No.
fine.
Oh, Sil,
I don't
no,
like that.
please stop.
I don't like that.
Please.
We've been walking all day, so they're really dusty.
They're fine. I go down in the mines
Just
with their
solid
feet.
black. Just
Alistair's
Hold on.
half an inch thick.
Okay,
Don't touch
Mia's gonna be an asshole right now. She lifts up her foot. I just cast precipitation. See, they're all clean. She didn't do shit.
This is why we love
What?
prestidigitation.
The fuck did you just do to my feet?
I didn't do shit.
Do you know how?
I druid craft the faint scent of fresh flowers.
Yeah, my little friend. It is not the smell that I am worried about, although the smell is not ideal. Although all of you could probably use like a
Rewind.
bath.
Rewind.
I'll
Did
be
you just call me a
taking
little
one.
friend?
No, I was talking to the one
She's
that's
talking to me.
discussing the shoe issue.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I second that emotion.
By the way, apologies for my attitude earlier. I've had a bit of a day.
Yeah, you look like you've had a bit of a day. What's you got a sadness to you that can only be summed up by like death
Is it sad?
And-
I don't.
bitterness and heartbreak. Like what's the deal with that?
I thought he was just brooding like usual.
He brutes?
He just
Are
takes
you a
a
rogue?
big gulp, takes a breath. I'm fine. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Everything's fine. Everything's good. We're fine.
You're one of those.
One of what? Look, I'm just the one that sneaks around and keeps all of us, from walking directly into danger. I'm the one that walks in first, despite someone's efforts, and I just give a direct glare at Silver.
I have
True.
little piggies. I have
Hey,
little
hey, hey.
piggies.
God, you're absolutely right.
Did I
You're the
do
first one in
things?
the danger. You're the first one into danger. That's why you took the first arrow because you missed that trap.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
mm.
but then you all knew they were there, and I can take a few hits.
Scott.
By the way, stranger,
Mm.
may we ask what you are called?
Yeah, I said my name briefly, and then you all got really incensed.
It was
Yeah, my name's Filigree or Philly Goldbrand. I
Okay.
use she/they pronouns, and I like to talk with a little bit of respect. So my preferred honorifics is actually chef because I think it's very funny. But like, let's go around the table and all get to know each other. Can I
Are
have?
you any good?
Oh, cook wise, yeah, I'm a great cook.
All right. Okay, cool. Well, you may call me Skad. I am
And your last
Ian.
name, Skad.
Utand, Scott Utand. My daddy gave me the last name. Mama gave me the first name.
Close with your dad?
Well, I was close with all my family, but then I got a job, and then my dad went on a mission. I haven't heard from him since.
Abandonment issues. Got it. All right. And what is your preferred honorific? Or if you have multiple, I'm also open to that.
My preferred honorific is, "Oh no, please don't kill me."
That's fair. And to be clear, you can pick any honorifics you want. I just want to be respectful because I don't want to call you like sir, ma'am, boss if those things bother you greatly. Though I will say, if you choose an honorific that implies a more intimate relation, just know that I'm calling you that out of respect, and that does not establish that as part of our dynamic when we speak to each other. And I am not agreeing to that level of roleplay until much later on and we develop a deeper and more connective relationship.
I like her.
Has anyone ever told you you talk way too fucking much?
Yes.
Okay.
His
As
honorific.
I don't
As
know.
long as we are in an understanding, you and that one, and he points to Fiacre, will get along swimmingly. That's great. Scott is fine.
All right.
I
I'll
was
call
gonna-
you sir. Or do you prefer like a captain, lieutenant, colonel? Again, master's on the
Oh,
table.
that
It's
is
just not an implication between our relationship.
That is a can of worms I don't think any of us want to open, but we will go with agent.
Agent. All right. See, now we're getting fun with it. Look, we're learning. We're yes-anding. Yeah, go on. All right. The singular human in the group. What's your deal, cutie? First and last name, pronouns.
Mia
Preferred
Lee
mo-
Songbird. Just call me Mia.
Uh-huh.
I'm the hunter of the group, the trapper.
Ooh.
I was a cook, but if you know how to cook with it better, I can bring you the fresh stuff. You can set it on fire.
I am great with fire. What are your pronouns?
Her.
All right, and your preferred honorific. So if I need to refer you in a professional manner, what would I call you?
Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, all professionals here, darling.
So like Agent Uton over there is Agent Uton. You can call me Chef Goldberg.
The little shit grin.
You want us to just to say yes, chef, whenever you talk?
Oh, that is also fine.
I planned on that, certainly.
I like Philly.
Different cases, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Honorifics things are not. They're just extra words.
All right, Lady Songbird.
But if we have to throw something out there, I guess scribe / lordkeeper.
Lord and lady are
starting
things
to
that
jot.
are within actual, like,
Oh yeah. No.
So I would
Oh,
say like
did you do that on
scribe
purpose
and
then?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I've been writing the adventures of us misfits so far.
Lore Master. Got it. Or
Something
do you
like
prefer
that.
a lore mistress?
Make it hurt so good. Lore Mistress works.
Got it.
The moment where the character is superseded by the player.
What?
All right.
Superseded by
You with the
player.
starry eyes and the sad face. Drow back there. What's first, last name, pronouns, etc.
Mithluna Rhea, she, her. That's it.
I don't know if you picked up on it, but I've been bullying all your friends into giving me an honorific. So if you have not come up with one, you gotta get on the fly, sweetie.
And like clearly she's very distracted and kind of just
Can I pick
she's
one for
kind
her?
of sitting back on the conversation. Sure, go ahead, Mia.
Chaotic.
Okay.
Miss Luna kind of nods like, yeah, chaotic
quick,
deckhand.
question.
If you want to be fancy.
Ellie, what's your passive perception?
Not high. Hold on. Let's see.
I will say, Mithluna, when you ask about honorifics, Mithluna does kind
13.
of like
13?
glance at Skad, and just there's a couple of emotions that go very quickly over her
You
face,
hear
and then she
him just whisper under his breath. You hear him mumble something under his breath, but you can't make it out. But you get the sense the words are laced with hurt.
Oh. Okay.
Something like,
so that's
well,
all.
how about mumbled some sort of honorific that's sort of a, backhanded compliment.
All right. So
Very well done. Never.
Fiacre's sitting over here thinking to himself, something tells me I'm not going to be the one teased for running away anymore.
Uh-huh. All right.
Bravely ran away.
So Mithluna, you have a sailor's garb about you. Were you a sailor?
I was.
Do you want a title that's like positive? Do you like being demean? Do you want me to call you
call me
deckhand?
deckhand. Just
There you
deckhand
go.
is just fine.
We gotta work on that self-worth. We'll get on that.
Oh,
We're all beat right now.
I don't know.
You have
Maybe Scott does speak up this time. Maybe Goldie would work.
Oh, that's
and she just grabs a drink and just doesn't say anything. She just chugs a beer all the way down.
When you
Billy
finish
would wink at
he
Scott.
meets your eyes.
Yeah, Billy would wink.
All
right, I got Goldie noted. All right, which is funny because I'm a Goldbrand, so like I have like 12 cousins, all with a variation of Goldie in their name. So I got that one. That one for sure lives in my head rent free. All right,
Mithluna shoots Scott a look of why? Why did you do that?
What's name, pronouns, honorific. And if I have to beat it out of you, I'm gonna make them more and more absurd. I just want you to know that.
Who?
I think you got everybody.
Me?
Yeah, she would be
Silver.
talking to Fiacre.
Oh,
Fiacre.
Oh, yes.
Tall
of
and horny.
course.
They're a tiefling.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I didn't see the gesture. Yes, of course. My name is Fiacre Marlowe. Pronouns they, them. And you may refer to me as, and I'm gonna put just a half second in there in the for DM time.
Mhm.
DM, tell me, is there any actual so what one thing Fiacre would do is try to basically establish themselves as the highest sort of civilian rank that one could get without actually running afoul of the law with regards to claiming to be a lord or something. Would Esquire be appropriate, in universe?
Oh my god, Esquire. Yes.
Well, Esquire is a high-ranking in-universe 1
Yes.
You would probably want to, as character, take the
Professor?
M dash however you want to put that, master, mistress, mystery, mix, bard. So like master bard, mistress
Okay,
bard, like being a high-ranking bard, seeing as you are naturally a bard, something for note, bards make the law. Like, not as a, like,
Okay.
here's the rules in the actual, like, character rate. No, like, bards make it so that way it's official. They're the ones who spread the information of, hey, this thing happened. You need to listen to the fact that this happened and it is now official stuff. And Lord Bards are the ones that
They're your version
officiate
of
that.
criers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two potential honorifics, either teller or speaker.
Speaker is a very particular one, and there are that's one that you can't get away with easily. Usually is a speaker of
Yeah.
and until your
So,
group gets
a teller-
physical notoriety to where someone refers to you, kind of like the getting a tarot deck thing of, you do not call yourself a speaker first, but once it's called, yeah, you take that thing and fucking run.
Caller or crier.
You may call me
Really?
Master Bard.
Master Bard? Alright.
Sorry, I came up with something that actually makes a little bit more sense with my character for the honorific.
Mm-hmm.
Huntress. Because I am the hunter of the group.
Alright.
I'm running slow today in real life.
All good. All these can change at any time. I just need proper communication. I cannot read your mind. So if a name no longer suits you,
Psycho,
That'd be
psychic,
nice
same
if we
thing.
could.
I don't have that spell yet.
Oh, trust me, that would be more creepier than we want in real life. You think it's good, but then reading minds.
Especially when I read minds. Something weird might happen. And she just takes another drink.
Yes, I don't
No.
want a black unicorn erupting from my forehead when you try, to be honest.
Would make
wait, no, what? No,
Conversations
no,
easier.
no. Black unicorn?
Uh,
Here's the thing. We were investigating a pile of roses that I had summoned right after I was brought back from the dead, and it accidentally summoned a unicorn.
Yeah, no, I regret asking everything I just heard. Makes this worse. Never mind. All right, Cher, what about you?
Did you just call me Cher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
She's-
We're keeping it.
She's playing with the mouth, like, and mouthing. Yeah, Silver, you totally kicked my
Yeah,
ass.
no, Sil,
I'm, like,
can you
trying to
please?
do it.
No, I just take the head back. I'm just like, yep, nope, you're done.
Cher? That's the best you could come up with?
I'm sorry you don't speak giant. All right.
Okay. My name is Sylvia Riverwright, but you can call me Silver. My honorific, because I was definitely listening, is first mate.
No. Wait, we need to back up. You
What?
gotta
That's what
say the
Mama-
whole. You gotta say the whole name.
Okay, my full name is Sylvia Penelope Thorum Riverwright of the Blood Screamer tribe.
There you go.
Lovely. And your pronouns.
She, they.
Fantastic. All right. Now, you prefer first mate, so you don't like to actually be in charge. Who is the party leader or party face?
Well, I think that those might actually be different questions.
Yeah, different roles, and no one leads here. Someone
I'm the
just
one who
wrangles
does
the
the
cats.
talking.
Oh, that's
It
an
just
awful-
it depends on what the situation is. Each of us has
Yeah.
a better specialty than others when it comes to certain things.
You are new to adventuring.
No.
When it comes
Well,
to speaking, that's
I-
what they're for.
I
Literally,
would
they.
like to-
Point of clarification.
She's hunter. She's hitter. She's nerd. She's chaos, and I'm sneak around and try and move ahead to make sure we don't walk into traps.
But point of
Yeah.
clarification, the reason why I went with first mate is because Llama is my best friend, and that's what she dubbed me. And so because of that, first mate.
So technically the captain's the only one who can assign roles. So
Llama!
No, no, no.
I think that
It is at this point that
We're all
Scott
just giving.
busts out laughing.
Does
I
it
think
help?
that okay, if that were the case, we would have something of a our ship's typically on a democracy sort of system, much as I
fuck is
abhor
a
such
democracy?
Depends on the ship.
things.
It depends on
The
the
next
day.
and executive leader is my point, right? I believe we would have to call a convention if that were the case. And to your point, Katy, I am not new, perhaps, to travel and adventure. I am new to doing so with a gaggle of.
Galoots?
They like slowly look over the group, trying to think of a word to describe their relationship to these people. With party.
We've barely even known each other for a fortnight. We're still getting used to things.
That's not true. We're all
hammering
best
out the
friends.
kinks.
We're all best friends,
Mithluna just kind of cuts in
and we're doing really well.
with a
Well, I mean, yeah,
with a
we did
beer.
fight to
with
the
a beer in
death
her
in
hand
multiple
and just-
situations. So several of us have shared a vision of the past. I think by
Ah, that
touching
was
a
weird.
magical
That
journal.
was a
Let's
fantastic
see.
occurrence, and that particular episode in our history is a great illustration of our cohesion. Definitely.
Yeah, and we all found out that all of us were fated to be brought together into a party because some goblins and kobolds dug up a golden door and broke it down to melt into gold coins.
I'm handling it quite well.
No. I don't
And with
want
that-
Llama just
I
pauses
think we
and just
need to
says,
go to
looks at
bed.
everyone. Llama just pauses, looks at everyone, and says, I left the idea of being a captain behind a long time ago. Downs a drink, gets up, and leaves.
That one's
She's out.
haunted. All right.
Damn, she beat me to it.
All right.
And Guilds, you already know where she's going.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
I would love to, keep this group wrangled. I have some great ideas, but I don't want to force my will on anybody. Plus, I'm not that convincing, so.
What has happened? You cleaned my feet. We're all very sad right now. What happened? I was the one who was.
You're all very sad.
I'm
So-
fine.
So
just
I
sad.
say this, Sil, I say this with all
Bill,
the
this
love
is
and
also
respect that I
new.
can muster right now. If you had actually paid attention to what's been going on, maybe you would know. And Skad gets up and leaves.
Damn it.
They're fighting. Those two are dating and they're fighting. I've been here for 5 minutes and I caught it immediately.
Oh, are you talking about Llama and Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The one that was trying to
Okay,
compliment
so,
the other while the other looked really sad and then was really sad because they weren't taking the compliments real well. Yeah, they're fighting and they're sad about it.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who noticed that.
Yo,
No.
I just didn't want to say shit. There's already fighting going on, and I don't want to use an alchemist's fire and add more fuel.
I think with that,
Okay,
I don't
that's
need to
fair.
cast fireball in the middle of that.
I think
That's it.
with
And
that,
Oh, I don't want to impose. But here's the thing. Him introduced y'all and gave you guys assignments. I didn't hear that any of you were prolific healers. Do you not have a cleric, a paladin, a druid with aspirations? What's
No, we don't. In fact, that's killed us several times.
I've been fine.
I
Hey,
I'm already
Yeah,
gone.
you
I
and the
can't
full
say
plate.
anything.
do you want? Do you want any more healing words from me? If not, just say so. I can let you fend for yourself.
I'm fine on my own, Mia. We've talked about this.
Yeah, only because you're now encased in a freaking metal shipping crate.
You are
Hey!
pretty heavily armored.
I'm a battle master, ma'am.
You're aren't you supposed to be a battle mistress?
Only on some days.
Oh, no.
Well, here's the thing. I can get my dagger and go ding, 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 ding. Hey, you make a good bell. Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Well, okay. So you guys seem the right kind of stupid. Because here's the thing. You threw yourselves into a mine and full of kobolds and goblins and brought back a giant head. And without a healer. Did you know that by signing up with the Adventurers Guild, if you do not have a healer, one can be provided for you by the guild. You can contract one out. And my contract just recently ended, and I'm looking for, I'll be real honest with you, a moldable, strong group with like good aspirations. And I have some things I need to get done. But I also look to make some good money. And you guys look like you might make some money, especially with the contract you just brought in. So,
as we said, strong. Silver is flexing. Like, yeah, we're strong. We can do this.
We can't see your muscles through your armor.
In any case,
but we can imagine it.
I think that is a splendid idea because, in my experience, queuing for a healer can take a long time. It's a highly sought after role. And as for my part, I have been very nearly unmade by this group and their decisions a number of times. And I say this without malice, and they like look around and they like nod. I say this perfectly without malice. The recklessness displayed by some of our party members is abhorrent. And although I have the ability to curate my words and use my my skill with literature to bend reality to some extent, in such a way where I can say things that will occasionally close one's wounds, make them feel more sturdy and stable. I am nothing like a healer.
Right, and you don't want to be spending your time doing that, so you can outsource that to someone you pay, and that you will protect. Because I'm not real combat. I'm more of like an emergency medic. Like I can get into a combat zone and then I will leave. But I'm not a up close and personal person.
You're a distance
you got it, kids. Oh, also, I should introduce you to my companion here, and a fluffy tuxedo cat appears. This is Osha. This is my companion. They are
Osha. Did you just say Osha?
Osha. This is my service
Osha
animal.
very judgy?
No. They currently have the blankest face that a cat can possibly make.
I think Skad would have noticed the cat given it scritchies on the way out.
Sure. They are my service animal. I went through some things. It's fine now. But they help me in combat situations, and sometimes they're not always a cat.
Yes.
So Fiacre is going to when you say not always a cat, Fiacre is going to attempt to discern what this creature is. Can I go ahead and?
It makes me so happy you went with this one.
I'm gonna look and go. You've been
I think that it would be
spells on that
a
thing?
investigation.
Investigation, fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and say that even I don't exactly want to beg for anything here, but I am just going to say if it is actually a fake creature, maybe I should get advantage. Just maybe, just as like a maybe.
No.
I would not say that it is a fey creature.
Okay, fair enough.
I know.
And get back.
It is.
And
You
to
know
get
what
back
it is?
a
Yes.
And go back to your previous comment. I'm not sad. I just have a headache. I was the one who got knocked down and landed my head on the floor and is still feeling the
That would
effects.
be a
But
13
Mia,
plus
you got knocked
7
down,
Arcana,
but you got
so
up
that would
again.
be a gentleman's 20.
Because I told you I was never going to let you down.
All right, but are you ever going to give us up?
But I'm never
Alright, we're
going to
gonna run around.
desert you.
So on that,
What?
On
I
that
gotta
dirty,
see how
nasty
she-
20?
No, I don't look. I
On
heard
that
someone recently
20.
say that dirty 20 is not a great way of saying it. So I'm trying out gentleman's 20.
I tossed a thing in via TikTok that into our TikTok links that you can easily go in and pull out a couple of those.
Yeah. It was a +7, so like a 13 with aspirations.
Okay.
So with that, you know that you can tell that this cat is not normal.
Mhm.
I will let you
Alrighty,
roll
cat's
a
normal.
Arcana at advantage.
Really? Out of 20, I only get not normal. Let me take a look here. This is fascinating now.
It's okay.
No.
I just
I
rolled to
suppose
see what
that
Mia would
20
do right
and-
now.
The 21?
She is.
No, I said I suppose that 20 will have to stand because I rolled lower this time.
Mm.
For your Arcana?
Yes.
And you said you got a 20 for your Arcana?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, you can discern out the a familiar.
Mhm.
Like it's not a fey creature, it is just a semi-magical cat.
It would technically fall under like celestial based on where
Yeah,
it comes
it
from.
is a mildly celestial cat.
Okay. Okay. Fiacre is going to stick their finger out to give the cat the opportunity to sniff it if they want.
Oh yeah, it like immediately bonks into you.
Oh,
It's a very
And
friendly
like-
cat.
like in character, like Fiacre. Oh,
So Mia is not
Bring
drunk,
the
but
cat.
she is definitely tipsy at this point, and her headache is gone finally. So I was trying to see what would happen. She actually pulls out her ocarina and starts playing, and I've already rolled my performance.
As beautiful as that is, I think I'm gonna go chase down Llama and we're gonna go to bed.
This is
Fiacre
Mia's
going-
version of winding down.
Fiacre's going
Llama,
to
wait
slam.
up! We have a
Fiacre's going to
Slumpy.
slam several more whiskeys and then have the barkeep refill their flask of whiskey, and then go out for a night stroll before finally coming back into sleep.
If you didn't want their company, Filigree would leave you alone. But Philly would go drink for drink with you. Not necessarily like pushing for conversation, but just kind of pacing, and then would retire as well.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Fiacre wouldn't mind. Also, isn't feeling very talkative for the first time, but is definitely not going to turn down someone to throw him back with.
Well, as half the party still waits, and it's still us three and the fluffy one, I got a shaken dirty martini 20 as
There you
well.
go.
So for the performance,
Also, even
so
though I'm
she-
not here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, everyone can still hear it around. I mean, it's not like it won't.
Oh, I know where she's gone.
Go through.
She's buggered off out of the bar for a little bit.
Mhm.
We're gonna
Oh, yeah.
roll
I'm
into
out.
our break for a moment,
Mhm.
and hopefully we'll make it 10 minutes. We'll see how.
Let's just say 15 to be on the safe side.
Yeah, we'll
We
say
already know
10,
that.
and we'll see if it's 10 with aspirations.
That was my new favorite phrase.
All right.
Also, what I was going to say
2
is
to
I'm
1
so
odds,
excited to
set
have a
it to
cat
15.
party.
See you all soon.
I'm pulling Vegas.
So, back to the
I think it's all
plot.
eyes on Skad.
What?
I believe that Skad was going to have a moment that you were going to bring up.
Ah, yes. So, as we all wind down for the night, I don't know if you are still out or at some point either you're still out or we have all regathered. I think that just for the nature of the scene, that's important to discover. But at some point in the night, anybody who's near Skad or in earshot may hear rustling. He's going through his gear, repacking it, getting ready for the day, doing his wind down. He does all of his closing tasks so he doesn't have to do his opening tasks in the morning. He closes to open. But at some point, anybody in earshot would hear. I think at this point, all of us are, well, do you guys think we're all in the room at that point? We've all gathered for the night?
Philly has returned to her room.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, so Fiacre did go out, got really drunk, and then went out for a night walk.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be unreasonable to say that you waited.
Okay, so I think we're all still out, and then Scott's just doing this. So, Mithluna, wherever you're at, you just hear in the distance, God's fucking damn it! And just like a half a minute later, just streaming out of the dark, the red ringed eyes tearing at you, and he just screams at you. You left the fucking arrow behind.
What?
Why'd you have
right
to
now
crack?
she's
You left the fucking arrow behind.
Mama, let's just go to our room. Let's just go to our room.
because currently she was outside and was just kind of walking around in a haze. I'm assuming since Silver just talked, she's with Llama.
Yeah, because I followed you back to the room.
Oh, okay.
You stay out of this. You have no idea what's going on. What? You left it behind. The fucking arrow. Like, you opened your letter. You made your deal before. Like, I thought we agreed. Like, did I not understand what we were talking about? Did I not understand where we were? What was going on?
Just gonna go.
You understand
Like, yeah,
perfectly.
it was scary, but we were starting to handle it. We were being okay. But you just had to go and make the deal. You just went somewhere I haven't been before. I thought we were doing this together.
He was going to kill you.
And if that happened, I would have opened mine first.
No.
You've gone somewhere.
No. Skad. No. You don't need to open your letter. Your rose is tied to necromancy. Mine isn't. And I have done a lot of harm to everyone here and to everyone before. I had a chance to do something different for once. Mia was down. She was dying. And you and I both know what that means for this group, for whatever fucking reason. We both know what that cost is now. I had a chance to get us fucking out. I don't give a damn. If you give me a choice between my crew or the gods, I will pick my crew every time. And I did. And I don't regret it.
It's not about...
He was going to fucking kill you.
Then why does it feel that when you tried to save the whole crew, you left me behind? I'm supposed to be the one who goes out first to make sure the way is safe for everybody. I'm supposed to protect you guys. I pointed an arrow at you the first time we met. Shouldn't I still have to make up for that?
No.
Why?
I made a choice so you didn't have to.
Why?
I told you. You don't need to go into the dark alone anymore. And I meant it.
And Scott just falls to his knees at her legs, just weeping silently.
Mithluna leans down and gathers Skad into a hug and just she starts crying too. I told you.
Scared.
Yeah. I know.
What are they gonna do to us?
I'll find out first. Then you get a choice. You didn't make an oath, and I did.
What
I'm
if
giving
that
you the
oath-
choice.
I know, but what if it takes you away from me?
Oh no. And she starts crying, and like really crying this time. Just as I don't know.
He squeezes her tight, and I think he just stays there weeping, and I think they just do it in silence for a little bit.
Yep.
And then eventually break just yeah oh
Hi.
Silver, I'm so sorry.
No, it's. Do you need a minute? Like I can go round you.
Silver, do you mind? We'll meet you back in the room. Do you mind?
I think
I don't know what
she
to do with my
needs to know
hands.
first.
Know what? You can tell me.
I look at Mithluna just for confirmation. Are you okay me spilling the whole thing?
She nods. Yes.
When I first died, I met a large figure. Turns out he was the vampire baron of one of the Rose Baronies. And he made a deal with me to keep me alive. I still did the full nature of that. And when she died, she made the same deal with a different Titan. And
Okay.
that's what the letter was. The letter was the final bit to, I guess, seal the deal, as it were.
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but why are we crying? Like, isn't this a good thing? Like, you guys are alive, and we made it out alive, and
I made an oath that Skad did not. To my Titan, to the Baroness.
And
oh,
if
awkward.
I make an oath to mine, I'm pretty sure our Titans are, in some degree, somewhat opposed.
Ah, and that makes you two in a
Enemies.
weird position.
Rivals.
Yeah.
Will you read the letter now?
He nods.
Do you want me to stay
She
for the
hands it
letter,
over.
or do you want to like? I don't know what to do with my face right now because this is a lot of information to take it. Do you guys need like a minute to kiss it out, or like do you like?
Not quite. Like
Silver.
he
we'll
just buries his face in the letter, just like I'm gonna go over here and read
She'll
this.
make kissing noises as she walks away back to her room. Enemies to lovers.
I know where you fucking sleep, and you cannot hear me coming.
I know I've slept with you before, platonically. No, but Llama, are you good? Because I'm Team Llama all the way. No offense, God.
None taken.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Go ahead. We'll be there shortly.
He finished the letter and hands it back.
Okay. All right. Good night. Don't let the kisses stop you from fighting, and just go to bed.
As she walks away,
Beat red.
there's silence a little bit. Then Scott says, "Wait, shouldn't the statement have been the other way around?" Wait, what? Why are we even worrying about that? That wasn't even one of our things.
She does that sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I
mean,
know.
Sometimes
It's partially
I think-
endearing, partially annoying.
I was crying until that happened.
I know.
Background
I'm
told
sorry
you it
for
would work.
losing it on you.
I'm sorry for your arrow.
Yeah, we'll find another one. I think it was just
When I opened it, I didn't know how long I had to say anything until Mia was gone, and so were you. I did the first thing that came to my mind, and I wonder if I said the right thing.
I know. I saw you about to open it, and I tried to stop you because when I first tried to open mine, I got a vision of probably some lieutenant or general or follower of my Baron, and he said basically, once you ring that bell, it can't be unrung. And I knew that when you were about to crack that seal, it was a one-way trip. And I don't think I've ever been that scared before. You're the first person who's ever been a comrade in arms with me. Someone who's been through something similar, and for a bit there I thought, well, for a bit there we had that in common, and
We still do.
well, you've taken a step further, so it feels like we don't have it 100% in common. I think I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling lonely, honestly, I'm feeling a little
Skad.
betrayed. I know you don't mean it that way. I know, it's just I never really got that close to too many people. You know, I had my family, I had a few, friends back at home, but my work's always been the job, keeping people at length, and he just looks up at you and me try. You're the first person who's ever made me feel scared for losing them. And I have no idea what that means.
Mithluna reach out and grabs both of your hands and says, "Look, my magic started in my teens.
Mhm.
And the thing with chaos mages like me, my magic could kill me on any day. And it has caused problems. I mean, you see it here, but
yeah, the unicorn incident, I remember.
I'm not here by choice. My magic, something happened. Look, my mother was a captain, a ship's captain.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was raised to take her place one day, to be the captain of the Violet Skies out in the city of dreams in the Astral Sea. That was my destiny. And then my magic started, and anything could go haywire if I used it. Anything could change. I could die. That's not the security that a ship needs. A ship needs to be able to rely on its captain. I was about to leave on a different ship, and my magic went off. I don't know what happened. All I know is I hurt myself. I burned myself. I burned the ship. And I burned other people on that ship. I'm not a person to easily rely on. I could explode. But I had a moment and a chance. I saw what was going to happen to you, and I took it. Because this, and she holds up the letter. At least I understand the chance I'm taking when I take this. And I knew that I could actually save you and everyone else. So I took it.
Well, I know you don't feel like it, but I think you might be in a better position to help me now. This dude
You're
is
not in the-
scary. And it feels like whatever power this is going to explode. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's like. Something's gnawing at me, and I'm scared I might lose control. So, can maybe you can help me learn to control that. Obviously, it's different from, magic going wild and actually exploding, but maybe you can help me.
She leans in and gives you a little kiss on the cheek. I've got your back.
In the dark, you see his cheeks blush, and he says in a whisper, "Okay, maybe I'm not as alone as I was scared to be."
I told you. You might be scared of the dark, but I'm not. You're not alone anymore.
Yeah. Guild, quick question.
Yeah.
Is there a North Star in this realm, and what is its name?
The compass star for north is called Xil. Xil.
Thank you. That is all I needed. Well, if you needed a new honorific, how about Zil?
To you.
Aye, Captain. Then I head gesture and I take us back to for all of us to go to bed because we are all now exhausted.
Silver's perched like the golden retriever she is at the end of the bed, like, well, how'd it go?
We're fine.
I know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything's good. We're all good. Yeah, we're good.
I don't believe that. And then she's
We
just
were
gonna
able to
pass
work
in bed.
out.
Just
I'm
full
feeling
on
a little better. Few things
She's
cleared
already
up. I
asleep.
think if I sleep on it, I'll be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm already asleep.
Shit, I left my pack out there, and he runs out to go find his pack and get a
God damn it!
Okay, good.
And Mithluna settles down in a corner because elven sleep is a little bit different, and takes out her sewing kit, flips her coat out, flips it inside out, and goes in with the needle and thread.
Silver is starfishing right now. Sleeping.
It was a long day of fighting. She needs sleep.
Yeah. We started the day with a big fight. No, started the day with a big revelation.
And my
Found
feet
a
were
hole in a
cleaned.
wall. Had a big fight. Met a titan. One of us
My
made
feet
a
were
deal with
cleaned.
a titan.
You need to add that
Walk
to my
back.
trauma list.
I'm doing this in order.
Okay, thank you.
Met someone new. Got our feet cleaned and had a big argument in a DTR, I guess. So Scott gets his pack, comes back, finds a spot on a bed, and goes to sleep.
All of you can mark a long rest.
Huzzah.
Ooh.
Calendar positioning.
fantastic. When they all come down for breakfast, Philly goes into a very long tirade about how they gave up their names way too easily, and that if this was a situation with a fae, that would not be ideal, and they really need to work on like getting to know people before they give out personal information.
Silver's gonna grab you by the shoulders. Billy.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had my coffee yet. Just let me chill for a minute. And then you can lecture me all day long if you want. That would be fun for me. But I just just give me a minute, okay?
You have really pretty eyes.
I don't know what to say
Mithluna
to
in the
that.
background. She really does.
And no
I don't know
doubt,
what
in the way it was worded, we would have been fine. But a good advice, truly, just in general.
That said,
Love you.
I'm
And just-
purposely a breakfast beer kind of person, because if you never stop drinking, you never get the hangover. Let's go.
Oh, so you're dealing with last
Here,
week's
here.
drunk still. Got it. Or last month's drunk.
I haven't stopped drinking since the incident. It's fine.
What incident?
I
Yeah,
think
what
that's
is it?
the perfect way to be.
Oh, well, you don't become an adventurer because your life is happy.
That's-
No, mine was doing pretty good till someone
Mine too.
attacked my town.
So, are your
Hmm.
parents still alive?
She
Like, do you
realized she
have
only
the people
told-
you
Yeah.
love in your life still?
Well,
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 fuck
okay,
y'all.
Not like my
To be-
hometown. I was just
to be-
posted up in Mandan.
To be fair, Scott, all that
To be
means
fair.
is that your incident was a little
Mm.
more recent.
Mia, coffee, please.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, I never
I need
described
some
Philly.
eggs. Yes.
Philly is a dwarf. They have golden toned skin with dark, rich brown hair that extends into a very
Yes.
well trimmed and maintained beard. They are adorned in all sorts of really kitschy gold jewelry. Like all of it looks very handmade. Like you know when people do the rapid cooling, dropping the metal in water and get the weird
Mhm.
bubbly chunkiness.
Oh yeah, the what's its name's tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's all that except for what you guys would recognize as the symbol for Hordun Soul, which is the only jewelry that they wear that is not distinctly handmade. And it looks like not like you would buy it at our equivalent to a gas station, but like she went to the temple, bought like the most generic version of the symbol, and now wears it.
Mass market.
Yeah. She wears really well made but extremely worn clothing. Like it's all been patched and repaired like repeatedly, but it's like good quality material. And if you pay attention to her jewelry, she has kind of a weird star motif going.
So Filigree Gold Brand has a bunch of gold filigree.
Yeah, that is in fact accurate.
Oh, that makes me happy.
And a cat named Osha.
Yeah.
Is Osha
Wait.
very judgy?
No, Philly is.
Wait. Oh shit.
All the
Okay.
best.
Osha
Okay.
Osha
Yeah.
doesn't have a brain cell behind those eyes, do they?
No,
Okay, good to
they
know.
are pure vibes.
Excellent. So
I love this
definitely
cat.
Balthazar, Fee, Fi, Fo, Falls.
Yeah.
Got it. I think I was a little too drunk last night with that one because I thought you said it was oh shit.
No,
Oh.
it's Osha. O dash or O apostrophe capital
Yeah,
S
no.
H A.
No, that's what I was constantly thinking when we
Yeah.
were talking to a freaking Titan yesterday. So, you know.
You're a
Wait,
dwarf.
why were you talking to a Titan?
You are currently a level 1 compatriot of ours. You need to reach at least level 5 best friend
So-
status before
So
you
you guys have all talked to God too?
Titans aren't gods.
So,
Two?
At
yeah,
least-
but I
Have
was
you
gonna
correct
say
me
there's
on
a
that?
I don't know much.
difference there. There is a difference there.
Yeah,
You're a
they're like
dwarf.
around.
Yeah, we have talked to a god.
Have you talked to any gods recently, Feely?
I like only once in person.
All of
Okay.
y'all.
Which
Remember,
one?
Yeah, who is yours?
I need to
Well-
know something before we answer any more questions.
Okay.
You're a dwarf.
Yeah.
What tribe are you part of?
The gold brands. Our last names mean we are mortal enemies, but I don't really give a shit about that because I have some beef with my clan, which is why I'm not there no more.
You're a gold brand.
Yeah, that's
That
why my name
smells
is
like-
Filigree Goldbrand.
That smells
That's-
like backstory.
Oh my gosh.
I would like
You
to
and
take this
I
moment while everyone is talking
Mhm.
to cast
and I
Speak with Animals
Mhm.
and talk
Okay.
to Rosha.
You and I need to get a drink later and talk.
I would have been happy to drink with you last night. Sylvane and I hung out for a bit.
Fiacre.
Oh, sorry, Fiacre.
Very fine.
Yeah.
Who on earth is this Sylvane person?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My nose started bleeding and everything hurts.
apparently they were trying to speak Sylvan, and they said
Yeah.
Sylvane.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I do speak Sylvan, so there's that.
I don't do that.
Oh,
Mm.
shame.
No.
Hey, you're all drinking the music, and I didn't hear anyone bitching.
Oh yeah, your music's real good. You should do that for a living.
It's actually more like a relaxation for me. I like writing more.
Oh yeah, you don't want to like make your like relaxation hobby your money maker because then it just kind of ruins the hobby for you. I get that. It's really important to find that work-life balance, which is why I became an adventurer.
That's while some people meditate, some people do their prayers or whatnot. That's my version of just zoning out and ignoring the world around me.
Mm. You should try
And besides,
drugs.
it's nice doing an instrument. Not many people use it. I've tried some of those mushrooms. No, thank you.
Really?
One of my besties was a druid. She
I thought they were
showed me
fantastic.
some.
Mm.
So, Scott, you are casting Speak with Animals?
Yes, and I just read the spell because remember, Scott had left the table before everyone started examining the cat and realizing it's kind of magical. So Scott still thinks it's a normal cat, which is technically a beast, but this isn't a beast, which the spell says I could speak to beasts. So Scott casts it, starts trying to talk. The cat doesn't respond, and he's like, "Wait, what?"
Is
Meow.
Scott sitting
Meow,
in
So
meow,
the
here's the fun
meow,
thing.
meow,
No,
meow,
no,
meow,
no,
meow, meow.
I'm the DM. I get to
Oh.
make these final rulings, and I'm going off of a very
that's
particular
true.
ruling range off of the play by post server that I am a part of. A lot of my extra
Ooh.
extra setting rulings fall within the 5 or 6 DMs that help with that range.
Hit.
So, as you walk back and start trying to talk to the cat, what's the first thing that you say to it?
probably now.
I think Skad, now that he's awake, is like, "So, sir, how long have you been serving with this new potential party member of ours?"
Longer than you will ever know.
I did not hear that at all.
Damn it!
I get that it was like whispered. I know the voice you're going for.
Yeah.
Longer than you will ever know.
Yeah,
Nope.
the
too
noise
low, isn't it?
canceling is killing. So just I know the
noise
voice you're going
canceling.
for, so I can hear it.
Rumbling voice.
Yeah, I was trying to go for like the Cave of Secrets voice. Just imagine that.
I was thinking
Oh.
Venom, but
I can imagine it.
okay.
I hear it.
I love that is the voice they have.
All right, Professor.
Yes. Note the actual like meow range is like the softest, smallest, kindest little.
Yeah,
Yeah, just that.
Bleh.
a little blep.
And like the actual speak with animals is The Cave of Wonders.
Yeah. So what does he say?
Longer than you shall ever know.
Yeah. Recognizing the voice is not how a normal animal sounds, let alone a cat. He's just like, oh. So they are trustworthy, I'm assuming?
They have my trust, as well as their patrons.
Uh-huh.
Patrons. Well, that works for me. Thanks. Have a good day. He just walks away. Just like, hey, I'm scared now.
Because Philly can immediately talk to their familiar, it was just like, it does the little pss, and like summons him over and just coddles him like a little baby while making full eye contact with Skad.
And note, when he starts talking with you, he will have a different voice when talking to you. Because he's familiar, because he can do that. So he just hops up into your lap, looks at you with that like blank, almost orange cat stare. Expectingly waiting for.
You're my precious little baby. Who's my baby? Who's my little baby boy? And I'm gonna give him food. I know they don't eat. Technically.
My is a Russian blue, who I swear.
Cerrah! Hold up one sec.
No.
As you bring the cat into your lap and like offer food, I have to gain my composure to be able to actually pull this off. Thank you for it. I want the food, and I make sure that they know who's in charge.
I love them. They are my precious little baby. I immediately face
They do not
squishes.
have. They don't have the orange brain cell today.
Yeah, I love this so much. Scott eventually sidles back up over to like Syl and Luna, and is just like, you know what? I think she's gonna fit in just fine.
I think so.
Hmm,
Also, what is in
agreed.
your hands?
A prop cigarette.
No, I know. I was role playing.
A hand-rolled cigarette. You take the tobacco and you roll it in some very easily burned paper, and then you breathe it in. It's a lot easier than carrying around a pipe.
Or cigars.
What is that? Oh, I
Looks
think
like it
I've read
leaves a
about that
mist
in my
behind.
books. For reference, Mithluna and Silver read smut books.
Yeah, we do.
And so when she says, I've read about that in my books, that's what she's referring to.
God just
Mama,
takes
are
a
you
look
talking-
at that and then remembers the
talking
books
about-
you guys are talking about. It's like,
Wait. Is that the one with the dentist, or is that the one with the reformed paladin?
Definitely the reformed paladin.
And it's after they is usually when
Dentist.
they.
Are you talking about smut? Because that's the only books I
It's
know with
after-
dentists in them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was an orgy in this one at some point.
And then
Yeah,
everyone
and they,
kind of-
post-coitus, they would have a cigarette. It
That's
does
what I meant.
increase the high. It also keeps you awake. And for those of us who function on alcoholism and regret, this is a great combination, honestly. Really curbs the appetite, too.
definitely. You're gonna completely fit in here.
So those are real.
They are real. Oh my god,
I
Mama,
hadn't-
what? You
I
what I'm
didn't
thinking,
know.
right?
Like, I looked at the material plane and I didn't see too many people using those. I thought they were fiction.
Me too. Wait, Llama, you know what this means?
What?
When we write our own smut, like we're working on, we have to add that
Yeah.
now that we know that it's real.
You're right.
I'll add it to my notes.
Hey,
Luna.
hey, do you
Luna,
want to hang out with us?
Luna, I swear, if you start doing that, I will open my letter to make a deal to make you not. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do
There's
not.
nothing wrong with writing smut, especially
We've
as you're
been
an
writing
adventurer. I have
smut.
this great book called The Ethical Adventurer that talks about sexual exploits
boy.
while you're traveling and how to be safe and how to communicate effectively with new people. I gotta recommend this book. It's fantastic.
There goes
Can
our
we
ability to do
borrow
that.
that? Can we borrow that to make sure our smut is like ethical?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Llama, we like this person.
Oh Lord.
But I don't want Skad to open his letter.
It's our secret journal. He'll never find it.
Okay.
You are saying this out loud with all of us in the room
Yeah, I'm
with you.
sitting right here, Sil.
We're not even
All
in
you
the
know-
room. We're on the breakfast table.
I passed
not
Skad
about-
more
Yeah.
bacon off of my plate.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we just keep pushing food.
It's like, emotional support bacon. Just
Yeah,
Katy,
bacon
point of-
bread.
I gotta
Katy,
roll this right
point
now.
Point of clarification for you. I am writing smut for you, and I'm going to send it into the mail so that way it can be Silver back and forth. It will be handwritten.
I think
Alright,
this
for
is hilarious. Scott is just like
Mia grabs
incredibly-
her beer, her plate, and goes, "I'm too sober for this."
It's a
For
drink.
reference,
We're-
Silver and I off camera have been talking about actually writing short stories that mirror the smut that we're talking about in
Yeah.
character, just
Oh,
for
I-
a little extra world building.
Sorry
And
to
Gil,
bring
we
it up.
wanted to wait to say this until we could get your facial expressions on it.
Brie is actually actively handwriting smut. And Silver's perspective.
I personally just don't know how to feel about this because I just feel like the technical accuracy of the smut might be called into
Well,
question.
that's where
to be
Llama
honest.
comes in. She's going to edit it for me. Like, we're going to have.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Especially because
writing this, it
Llama is
needs
not
to be
from the
accurate.
material plane, mostly.
That makes it so much better. Anyways, keep going on.
Anyway, if you spend some time with the giants north of the mountains, you'll find that they have a whole thing about rolled cigarettes and coffee for breakfast. It's like their whole aesthetic.
Can I snag one off of you to try it?
Yeah, sure. It's not good for you, and you will cough.
I'm a dwarf.
I am too, and these are effective against me.
She's coughing, but she's gonna try and smother the cough. Like,
Yeah,
this is great.
you're
I feel-
cute when you're sassy.
Thanks. I know.
Silver, if you don't mind.
No. And she's just gonna keep puffing it back so that way she's not coughing anymore.
Filigree takes the cigarette they're smoking and hands it off.
Well, thank you.
I just lean over to Luna. Were we this fucking obvious?
Oh,
Probably.
I
Although
can hear you.
Silver didn't know how to flirt before. She still doesn't.
yeah, the flavor is interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely gives me a kind of head high, like a little bit like coffee. Slightly different, but a little bit like coffee.
Interesting choice of words. We aged the tobacco leaves with some used barrels that aged in whiskey, and then we switched them over to old coffee barrels. And then we transport them in the recycled coffee sacks. It transfers the flavor, gets it all blended together, gets a nice smoky effect too. It's great.
Well,
Does
fantastic. Thank you, dearly.
That sounds incredibly complicated.
it's so good.
You have to learn to appreciate the finer things in life, Scott.
Sounds like something that they would make on the beer
Yeah.
ships.
It's the type of thing you consume when your soul is dead.
Is your
You
soul
just
dead?
need to feel.
Now,
Ah,
I'll
well.
ask you kindly to speak for yourself.
Is that
Eh.
why I'm coughing?
Yep. You still have joy and light in your life. That'll
So it
go
makes
away.
That's what makes me so cute. You have a good eye.
You know what?
I'm a
You're not
little
wrong.
bit worried about the no soul thing, but we will get back to that if you
know.
hang out with us for longer.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, so what's the next thing? Are we doing? You're not going back into the caverns, correct? Like the
No,
mines. We're
no.
done with that.
The next step is that
We have a head to
Yeah.
deliver.
we must go back
Yeah,
to
we
Lord
got
Vanbrugh.
proof to deliver and pay to get. It's
And
going to
we
be about.
must,
Before the head decays.
yes,
Yeah.
we must go back
It's
to
going to
Lord
take us about
Zandro.
4 days to get.
We must.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, my bad, really. We must go back to Lord Zandro. We must recount the story of what was there. Above all else, I imagine that the good Lord wanted details, wanted information. So we will probably each all approach at once and go around and tell all that we remember that we think might be relevant to Lord Zandro's uses. Hopefully find out some more information about anything that's been going on in the region because of all of the, sort of suspicious automaton army movements and such. Just kind of regroup and get our pay. Yes. Oh, the pay.
I was about to
Goodness,
say that's the most important part. We
I've
gotta
never
get paid.
seen so much pay in my life as I'm going to see when we get
'Cause-
back. And let me tell you,
yeah.
friends, I don't know if we're going to ever see each other again. But we'll
Oh
see.
my
Because
goodness,
I don't-
that is
Fiacre,
so
make
several
life
things.
make life easier. We have at least 4 days to get back. I
Yeah.
can jot everything down so that way all I gotta do is just hand him a scroll case and go, here's all of our official reports, everything that's going on, including details, so that way he can read them at his leisure.
Yeah, so thinking of that, that brings up a couple of good points here. So one, we need to set up a contract because you have not agreed how you're going to pay me, and I have a very specific thing in mind for my assistance on this task.
Oh, darling, I'm not
two-
paying you to come with us to Lord Zandro's house.
Yeah, we haven't agreed to hire you yet. We
Wait,
still have
wait,
to, have a
can we-
council meeting.
Move on.
Okay, then
When you
let's do a little bargain here. So you got a head that's gonna rot, but I can do something to help with that. You can choose to pay me, or I can make the head rot more. It's up to you. Really, honestly, I'm pretty flexible. And then on top of that, every
Follow-up
time I hear
question.
you guys talk, I feel like I'm having a stroke.
Well, I
Follow-up
mean, the
question.
feeling's mutual.
Well,
Can you keep people alive as they're dying?
Yes.
Can
Okay,
you make this head into a hand puppet?
No. Well, actually, I'm quite an accomplished craftsperson. With a good enough amount of time, the right tannin material, and some prep work, I could probably do something pretty
Okay.
efficient. But I never
Uh,
went to taxidermy school. But I know the basics.
3 things.
You're hired.
3 things. 1, silver. No. 2, new girl. No. 3, you were going to threaten. You were just threatening to make it rot more. Why would that endear you to us?
yes.
Well,
thank-
if I make it rot less, and you don't pay me, I can then make it rot more.
Oh no, see that you do have to be very careful because, and if you do glance down, you'll see that Fiacre does have their hand on their rapier, and I'll say because at first it did sound like you were threatening to ruin the.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I was saying.
I guess
That was what I was saying.
ultimately it is a way of bodily harm,
Thank
as
you.
it is a body that is dead that could be harmed. But you don't want to stab me in a bar. That's a terrible move on your end.
Oh,
I mean,
believe me,
just to be
with
clear-
my powers, I could get this entire place believing that it was your fault. No, my point is not that you are threatening me, my body, my person. It's that I nearly died several times in that fucking mine so that we could
I
get this head.
actually died on
And
the way to the
yes,
mine.
yes, you actually died.
So
We had-
going from where you got hired to here, you faced a threat so severe that you died. And you think that you don't need to pay me to come back with you in case you almost die again.
Correct.
I was killed before they had
Interested?
a chance to heal me.
Oh, but if I was there, I could have spared your fucking body. My guy, my dude, my friend. This
So
is
to
what
be
I
clear-
do.
Owlbear?
Yeah.
To be clear, you're doing a minor extortion. However, you can
I'm
keep
not
us
a fan of
alive.
this.
You will
That
see
is
no
true.
money from me. And if you try to ruin our bounty, as it were, frankly,
You can still
You
bring a
won't-
skull.
yeah.
And then you wouldn't have to worry about it rotting.
I'm just trying to understand, like, where you think this is good negotiating practice. Because I've been through a few negotiations, never running them. I was never that good, but I've watched a few, been a part of recording a few, and usually
Okay,
threatening the
clarify.
people who are trying to hire you.
But you were saying that you weren't going to hire me. I'm asking for money. And you told me that you weren't going to hire me. So
No,
I
we
offered
said-
you
all
a
we
trade
said-
in service as a tradesperson that I am, as we are all part of a union. You guys are new to the union, so you don't understand that we do this ultimately for pay. This is a job. And if I'm helping you, I should get paid.
Oh, I see where the miscommunication was. We hadn't agreed to hire you, so we can't even discuss pay until we agree that we are gonna hire you.
Correct. And
You were under the assumption that we had already agreed to take you along with us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Silver.
I vote yes because she agreed to make the head into a hand puppet, and if that means I get a friend, I get a goddamn friend.
Okay,
So,
Silver doesn't get a vote from here on out.
That's not how the theoretical democracy that you just pitched was. That says you want to be the
Didn't
leader
you
and are
ask what a
thus
democracy was the other
asserting
night?
yourself and your dominion over your friends, which is the thing you said you didn't want to do.
Scott, if I may, actually,
But we're
I-
also
please.
missing a very key point where, you know, the Lord that hired us was also talking about having us join the guilds. You know, there's
Technically
a
did already join.
possibility that we bring her.
Yeah.
Say that one more time, guild. Sorry.
You actually did join the guild to be able to contract
yes,
for.
we did, in fact, we are.
Yeah, we are.
behind that.
So
Otherwise, you'd be
technically-
fucking scabs and I'd stab you on sight.
So technically,
Definitely
we
try.
could say that you were part of our party all along, and therefore you should get a cut of the pay, or at least a
Well,
portion.
I wasn't there to sign the
clarify-
contract, thus it
Oh,
doesn't
well,
transfer
okay.
over.
Clarify, Skad, to your point, you were concerned that Silver was too eager to say, yes, we should hire this person. My point is that I am not giving up my pay for the contract that I signed and fulfilled in full, and am willing to see through to the end without hiring someone of my own. Subcontract.
My
can I
point
contribute
my
one more
is that
thing?
if Silver wishes to hire this person, Silver can pay out of
I will.
their bounty for this. I'm just saying that, well, I'm happy to have this person accompany us back and perhaps take a contract with us the next time that we're actually going to take a new contract. I'm just
my
not
point-
going to take out of my earnings.
Let me
for
clear
you.
something up.
Yes,
Just
my
up
point
here.
wasn't. Please allow me. My point wasn't that we were saying no. My point was
Yeah.
there's some bureaucracy and paperwork we got to do. We can't just accept you on. We got to have a few discussions, have some committees, some forms in triplicate. You know, it's just paperwork we've got to do. And we got to iron out some details if we do accept
Absolutely.
you on our team, which seems likely because everyone seems to be a fan of it. I'm not opposed to it necessarily. Yes, we know you want a hand puppet, Silver. We get
No,
that.
it's not. This is a serious one.
Oh,
It's a serious one.
I'm
Okay.
personally
I
team
sit
Silver on
corrected.
this.
Listen, as your first mate, we can talk our little heads off all about it, right? But they're here now. I will take the pay out of my own bounty and contract to cover this person. I have no problem with that. I don't really need money. Not because I'm wealthy, but I just don't need it. I've figured out how to live without it before. I can do it again. Second of all, we need a healer. Everyone keeps dying.
Okay.
Two of us
Hey!
already died. One of us almost died.
And here's the thing. I think we were all saying the same thing in the sense that we were all saying it different ways. Is I was saying I want a contract and to be paid. You were saying that we need to talk about a contract. And Sylvane was saying they don't want to pay for Fiacre was saying that they don't want to pay for me.
I
And
will
you didn't
pay for
even
their
ask
bounty.
me what I wanted to be paid yet.
How do
I
you
will
want to be
cover it.
paid?
I want I want
I
a
am
pearl
saying
worth
that
100 gold pieces. Now you don't have to buy a pearl worth 100 gold pieces. I don't care how you get it, but I want a pearl worth
Done.
100 gold pieces.
Done. I'll do that for
I
you.
would be willing to help you acquire such
So,
an object.
That
Mithluna kind of
actually,
side eyes Skad.
no, I think that is fair because my point was, I didn't think you should have gotten a cut of the walk here going through the mines, but
Correct.
that seems fair for covering the travel back, you traveling with us and then joining along as needed. Because yes, Silver, you are correct. We do need a healer, someone who can help keep us up. Because the last thing we need is another one of y'all being stuck with a letter.
What do you mean letter?
We'll get into that.
Again, you have to level up with the party.
You know,
first.
I also got one more thing to pitch. I have a cat.
Yes,
Silly.
Sold. I like her.
very terrifyingly adorable, by the way.
Billy,
It's a
we will-
compelling argument, really.
I-
And I would be more than happy to help you acquire this object that you are
Yes.
looking for. Again, my only stipulation is that I am unwilling to compromise my own reward
That's
as
fair.
far as going
Yeah.
into the mines.
That's
And
all
if
I
it
want us to do. Just hit the brakes, take
Great.
the moment,
Then we
understand
signed
what
the
we're
contract. I grabbed some gold because of my most
doing.
recent
I have
contract
one more
ending.
thing to add, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
in your favor because I did speak to your cat earlier. Like I said, terrifyingly adorable. They did vouch for you. So I was not opposed. I just wanted to make sure we weren't just jumping in head first and falling into something stupid. That's all I wanted, y'all.
God, we're best friends and you went to a cat before listening to me?
You're the one
cat
who wants
is
to make
very
a
cute.
decapitated head into a hand puppet. Please understand if I find your sense of character judgment questionable.
Hey,
Silver,
hey, Silver.
we're trying to adopt more friends.
What do you think I'm doing?
Hey, Silver, if you want a hand puppet, the easiest way to make one, and stay with me on this, is you take a sock and you sew some button eyes onto it, and then it's an immediate. But like, I see that you don't have any socks. May I introduce you to socks and boots?
No. But I will say this. I wanted the hand puppet out of the head just in case like they needed a live person, and then I could like quickly pretend to be talking for the guy and be like, "Hi, it is me."
This point with that comment, you have my full 100% support. I appreciate that. I mean, we do have one last couple people. Mia and Luna, are you two okay with the new one joining us?
I mean, you guys already kind of decided, so I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
So there
everyone
was an
still
Even
deserves
though
to
with the
be-
admiral.
democracy, everyone, democracy, even if I threw in my vote, but I'm not opposed to it at all. I have no problem with another person coming down. It increases the survival.
I can also cook, and I'm a smith. That's my primary trade before I became an adventurer. So any of your equipment, I
good.
can repair and maintain.
I have a terrible question.
Yeah.
If I go pick up OSHA, will OSHA let me pick them up?
Yeah. They do the droopy noodle thing.
Good.
Got it. You
Mithluna
work on making
clearly
raw goods to
doesn't know
finished
how to pick
goods.
up
Got it.
Yeah, Mithluna clearly doesn't know how to exactly pick up a cat, but she is trying, and she is so into it, and she's sitting there going, "Oh, one of the admirals had a displacer beast, and it was so cute, but he never got to pet it, and you're in." And she's like petting the cat badly, but with all the affection in the world.
You want to go with the fur? With fuck it, go off.
With the fur, okay, yep.
Yeah, there you go.
I
You're
think
no longer
honestly
petting
they'll be
backwards.
fine ultimately, but yeah.
Yeah, everything works out. We just need to learn how to communicate with each other. I understand where I came off as a bit threatening. Anyway, we got 10 minutes and a can-do attitude. I can go bless that head
I
for
can
you.
respect it.
Yeah, if you can, because Scott still has it. So he pulls that out of his pack. He's got it kind of wrapped up in cloth, so it's not like everywhere. So if we want to do that, and while you're doing that, we can get a quick and dirty contract whipped up to cover the last part of this journey. and then once we get back to base, we can make something bigger and longer term, and we can tag you in with the rest of us if this works out. Let's say this is a
Fabulous. I
probationary
need
journey.
25 silver.
25
Cost
silver.
Mithluna already produces it out of her bag and hands it over.
You
That's
got
silver
this?
for
All
that.
right. Thank you.
Um,
I will mark that off of my sheet.
Did we not agree on the object, obtaining you an object?
yes, but
Yeah,
this consumes materials and like
Yeah, this is separate from
and
this.
Billy pulls out her smith tools and just starts grinding the silver down in front of you.
Nah. Which one are you casting?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
What religion stuff do you know?
Not much, but I can try for it. May I go for a religion check on this?
Yeah.
Not bad.
The great Hordun Souvenir, one of the founding.
That's a 13.
Fantastic.
We can at least generally get an idea of the.
So, guild, I got, because I'm doing something, I will message you exactly what it was. Hold on. Where's that? I got him a 17 with aspirations, a total of 20. Yeah, I know.
Well, once you said you're getting the contract, she already has a parchment and the inkwell and stuff already out. She already knew you're going to need it. I don't do legalese.
Yeah. You probably
You're the
have better
dock worker.
handwriting, so yeah. Scott will definitely guide the basic boilerplate. Like this is
Pretty
just a
much.
quick
I'm the noter.
boilerplate to get us back. Yeah.
So
I'm
you would
transcribing
identify.
what you're-
So you would identify that it is like a blessing. It is a blessing from Hordunsul. Like that is
Okay.
a factual
So
thing
not
of what it's
the,
doing.
As an additional
So not
Opponent.
gentle repose.
because of the particular god, which you would have on you, will need flag, like off of a billet.
Oh yeah. I would have that. But yeah, like
Again,
it's an
you
over
would
the
have
top like
some because
Okay. So we're
But yeah, no, this
Excellent.
big over the top little ceremony, and Philly starts sprinkling
in the
silver
middle
down.
of the tavern.
Yeah, like
at
full,
breakfast.
like on all, like spread out across
Perfect.
the table. Like they start like just
Yeah.
shoving mugs and
I'm
tape
game.
plates.
I'm totally game for this.
Very theatric.
also. So, are you going to use that, or are you actually trying to communicate, get assistance?
I mean, if I can get assistance on this, I am still going to do what I messaged you. So no matter
Okay.
what, it's still going to be a blessing.
Roll me a D100.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, it's not me doing it this time.
And it's not that chart.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. It was almost nice. It's 79.
Out of curiosity, how long has it been since last would have tried to connect?
It depends. Like Philly would
Like, not
do
even
like
for a asking a request, just a in.
Philly has a whole thing where like they do their nightly like, yo, pour some out for the big dude. I'm going to bed now. But as for like the last time they like really tried to connect would have probably been like the last like severe trauma incident where like they were helping people and healing them. But it's definitely not like a regular occurrence. Okay.
Uh-oh. Everyone hold on to your butts.
Billy's more of a I'll text you when I need something.
Hanging on.
As you are doing this ritual,
Mhm.
greenish scales with black striping
Hmm.
and obvious ashen that was added on. The ash itself starts to expand and the scales a darker color. Best of your knowledge,
Mhm.
have gotten the result.
All right, fantastic. We're good to go.
All right.
So,
Just sign here and here, an initial here, 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 here. I need your date of birth here, social security number here, and then no, I'm just kidding.
As a
Just-
point of
just one
clarification,
signature.
DM, I would like to roll an Arcana to see if I can identify what the actual magical effect was.
Roll me a Arcana.
Fantastic.
Philly is poring over the contract in great detail, clarifying everything.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good one.
it's a boilerplate. Just say, hey, you're going to be with us from here to here on a probationary basis. Once we get back, should everything go well, there is the assumption that you
Mhm.
will most likely join the rest of the crew, and your payment for this journey will be the materials already provided for the work, and then assistance in locating a 100 gold pearl.
You will provide 100 gold pearl to
Assistance
Philly.
in locating and purchasing a
Yes.
Acquiring.
Acquiring.
Yes.
Acquiring, yeah, put that in the contract.
The language is assumed in
No,
world.
Vague.
acquiring.
Yeah.
We're
This is
we're
me
speaking
speaking
in common.
above the table.
And as
We're
as
speaking
per
common.
the Arcana check, it was a gentleman's 26.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, hitting anything over a 20, you don't have to add an extra range. We're not rolling D30s over.
I mean, we could.
Why
Not
not?
yet.
Well,
We're only level 3.
I wanted to roll a
you'll be
D24.
messaging.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
I mean, I can roll a 28 on my stealth with a natural 20. Just imagine when I finally get past without a trace. Yeah.
You're going to be
Vanish.
unfindable.
Think about that. That would be a 38. No, at that point, that would be a 40.
Amazing.
Because I get path without a trace at 5th level, and our proficiency bonus goes up.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you would also get bonuses for being invisible if you're in the dark.
That would give me advantage, yes.
So
Yeah.
like a 40.
The thing about paths without a trace, it gives a +10 to myself and everybody. So the whole party would get a +10. Then I would get a +10 on top of my existing +10. And if I rolled a natural 20. Yeah. Be great for those group stealth checks. But that's not till level 5.
I mean, it'll be great because Mithluna doesn't have much in the way of stealth at all. So.
I have a negative in dexterity.
Huzzah!
I mean, Silver has plate armor.
I also want to clarify.
So
to the
we
group,
hide the dwarves and then we sneak in.
I
Just
wanna-
get a portable hole, throw them in there.
I want to
No, no,
clarify.
no,
to
Oh
the
yeah,
group.
that works.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
I
Go ahead,
had-
clarify.
Every opportunity to take leather armor, and I could have
Mm.
kept it. I then traded it in and got padded armor, which gives me the exact same armor class and a disadvantage. to stealth
Disadvantage. Why?
because of thematic reasons.
God is gonna.
I think you just broke
hate you.
Scott's
It's gonna be
brain.
so amazing.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I need to upgrade to studded leather here in a bit. At least get the.
That's what Mia's working
armor
on.
boost. Yeah.
Hey, you guys get armor? Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Same.
at least you don't have to worry about the disadvantage from wearing heavier
No.
armors.
Yeah, I think
No,
I
I
need
just
heavier
have to-
armor too. Guild, can we work
I just
on
have to
that?
worry about. I just have to worry
Your
about
armor
my spells
doesn't give you
exploding me.
disadvantage.
I
Padded?
know.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
That's right, because you layer your shit. That's
Not
Well,
just
also
that, but
she's
that's
got
Plate
like,
armor normally
legendary
does.
armor.
yeah.
She's just wearing a special plate.
Yeah.
And as long as the axes are away, they do not cause disadvantage on
They're in
stealth.
my skin.
Yeah, it's freaking
Yeah.
legendary plate at level 3, and it's amazing. Thank you,
By the
Gil.
way, Philly,
They're great.
I don't want to alarm you because you seem very concerned with safety. I
Mm.
do have axes that are in my skin.
Not in the way you
Yeah,
might
we
think.
we
Actually,
still need to
they're
talk
in
about
your
that.
coat.
Oh, they're in my
They're-
coat. Well,
Yeah, they
the tattoos that I have, these are chains.
The markings would be on your coat, unless
Yeah,
you
they're
have taken
filigree now.
armor off of your upper torso.
It's just more fun to tell her that they're in my skin.
Oh, you're
I-
pretending. All right, got it.
it's
I
magic
don't
shit.
like when you talk to me. Every time you guys say something that reveals something about what you've done, it's so deeply upsetting to who I am fundamentally as a person.
But you're the one who keeps asking us questions.
Because I don't know that I don't want to know until I ask the question, and then I realize I don't want to know these things.
Can I keep
do you
your
want me to
kitty?
leave?
Well, you
Mean
just
that
answered
you
your own
stop
question.
asking questions.
No,
Silver.
I'm gonna keep asking questions.
I rooted for
Silver.
you. Do you want me to leave? Like, I
Silver,
can
no.
go.
Silver.
Yes.
If anything,
Silver, pet the cat.
you would
It's
stay
wonderful.
because you have
Silver,
seniority here.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
more time.
What?
If
What?
anything, you would stay, Silver, because you have seniority here.
I do?
Your first
Yeah,
mate.
since when?
So in this context, seniority refers to how long you have been in a particular organization.
Fair.
The organization being this party.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
you're about to
it's
try and actually me.
wait. Well, I was clarifying. But no, you're right, and that was unkind of me to say. But sometimes you guys say things, and it's just batshit insane. And I get that I'm someone who comes with my own like particular set of issues and traumas, and sometimes when I talk to pretty people, I get very flustered. But it gets very concerning when someone says I have axes in my skin as someone whose job is to heal things.
You think I'm pretty?
It's
That's
they're
all I heard you
stored
say.
in the skin.
Silver,
It's
of course you're
magical
pretty.
axes.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not pretty. I'm gruff and
Silver.
Silver, you
Take
can
the
be both,
compliment.
you know.
All right,
Anyways.
Feely, just to give you, since your brain seems to be imploding every time we talk about what's happening, so you're aware, we've been kind of more or less tasked by Navarro, the god bard, in order to find Derichid, the god of
Bard King.
magic. So you're aware of
And-
the level of. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. And we tracked some piece of animated armor all the way up to Lord Xander's place, who then gave us the job to the mine, where we actually found some evidence of more of them again, and then found out that deep in the mine, they had found a gold door that was going to some secret paths that they tore down, tried to turn into gold coins, and then that set off a chain of events that's causing a bunch of the other gods to disappear, and then Navarro the Bard King sending us all a job, and we're all tied into some big cosmic shit.
I hear it now.
Uh-huh.
I hear
Yeah,
it. I hear it.
Yeah, here, like halfway through, I just hear a high pitched ringing.
Yeah, I hear it. You're valid. I think we all need to have a little group moment, and we need to come collectively.
To put some notes together on our trip back. I'm gonna work with everyone, and we'll get all of our stuff in order.
Mia, you said you were writing down everyone's exploits. I'll read that on the way. I can read.
Well, that's gonna be
I've
our
already
report to
finished.
Lord Xandro.
That makes you signing the contract far more ethical.
I've already finished mine. I'm just
cool.
each
And
day
then-
I'm going to take one of you, because if I have more than one at a time, my brain's going to explode more than Philly's is.
That's fair. Yeah. And then I'll put together some notes of internally what's just been happening us since the attack in Mandan.
Taking more than one
So
at a time.
Yeah,
all of that in mind, Feely.
We met a green dragon.
When you're
You met a what?
True.
We met a dragon.
We know someone who slept with the green dragon.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other
did.
story. Anyway,
That's a horror of mine.
I'm sorry, Mia goes, wait, we did? I don't want to
Busy.
know. I don't want to know.
Wait,
You made a deal with Mithluna.
You might have been asleep. Anyway.
Hey. You met a dragon. Hi. Okay. They're green though.
Emerald.
Not
Emerald.
covered
It was
in
it
shadowy
was emerald,
smoke.
right, Guild? It was
Not
emerald.
covered.
It was
not,
emerald.
Not covered in shadowy smoke.
No.
Green.
Emerald.
I'd like to meet the
Specifically.
dragon as soon as possible.
Oh, well, we're actually headed back in that direction.
We are. I was gonna say, do you want to get involved with a whole group that is being charged by gods in less than ideal circumstances?
Yeah, I've already talked to my god. I have a whole thing I gotta do. So I need to talk to the dragon.
Fair.
Sure. I'm
Come
sure
back
there'll
with
be
us.
plenty of time for that.
Yeah, I tried to sneak up on the dragon, not realizing they were a dragon at the time.
Yeah, it's real hard to do that.
Yeah, I know. I totally failed.
So, oops. Would you tell me something? Do you remember, and at this point, Fiacre is going to quote Guild, remember that date that we all found, that we all kind of went around the horn and all like made significant looks at each other when we found out what date things
Your
got
lives fell apart?
And
yeah.
we all started, we all sort of were fated to meet, and that's the day that the fate sort of kicked into high gear. Fiacre is going to mention that date. I do not know what that date was.
I don't think we.
Fiacre is going to mention that date and look very, very closely at Philly and say, does that date mean anything significant to you?
And I believe Guild and I talked about this, but I believe that is the correct date. Is that not right, Guild?
No. So the you mentioned the date of like when all of you were supposed to.
The one
No,
where
when
people,
the,
someone's village got destroyed and
Yeah, when all of our lives were up to
a little bit right before all of that.
Your life got turned upside down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
Well,
that date
not
does
Fiacre.
kind of
Fiacre's
resonate.
life got flipped turned upside down as a child, but got the dream that inspired them to go to Mandan on that day.
Yeah, that day does remind you of something, because that was the last day that actually heard anything back from your.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Since then, you have just been going off of the. Oh, I still have magic, so everything's fine. Like you've
I
had
guess
contact
so. I guess
before,
we're
be
cool.
it in like fire, like the fire would like acceleration, round, spoke to
Mhm.
fire in a force, fucking move,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
you would how you would God
Mhm.
while working. Done that since then. Asked questions, literally nothing.
Oh, crazy. All right. So, how do I want to say this? My god hasn't talked to me since that day. But like it's cool. I could still do stuff. I
Oh
assume
shit!
he's
Yeah,
not
you'll
dead.
fit in perfectly here.
Wait, Feely, who is your god?
Hold on, soul. That's why I have this necklace and his symbol. And
It would be quite awkward if it was a different one.
yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
Not
You know, the
Derugid.
creator of the earth. The
Okay.
he's
Not
kind of
Derugid.
he's literally hot in like the sense that he is warm, and then he has real cool hair. Yeah, he's fine.
Hey, Guild. I have a question. So that vision that we all saw that Skad, like Mithluna and Silver were in, where Mithluna was Derugid and died because of teleportation. Was this god Hortonsil there? Was that one of them? Okay.
You would know from I have traveled in waters around Hordun enough to know that the god Hordun Fiacre, the main language of the realm known after, is one of the oldest god.
Ah,
Is
okay.
one of the story of how specifically done that my mic properly.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotcha.
But it's looking like that's gonna be awesome. Yay, more editing.
I believe in you.
I'm still gonna be here. I just heard something on my truck. I gotta check it really quick.
Okay.
But I have my headset.
Guild, you gotta go. Oh, okay. Guild, you got a whole table of people that believe in you. Just to be clear.
But that
Mhm.
filters. There it is.
So yeah.
There. That should.
But while they're doing that, the three we saw in the vision were
One,
you were
two, one,
Derechid,
two.
Silver was Grekrix, and I was Skad was Kiki. In their, I believe their pre-god forms, if the vision was correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Listen, I
Mhm.
don't know a lot. All I know is, as Fiacre pointed out, I think none of this really matters at the end of the day. As long as Philly doesn't hurt our friends, we're Gucci. But I think right now we just need to sort of move forward.
As a point of order, I think it does matter, but in a good way, in that it seems their life was fucked over by the
I'm not
same
gonna
twist and fate that
downplay.
fucked us over.
I'm not going to downplay someone's backstory, but we haven't earned that right yet to dig into their past either.
Well,
I think
Well,
I've been
to
sitting
be fair,
back.
I think my
That-
life was
that makes
fucked up
sense.
before that. I think it was very specifically fucked up before that, and that it made it better, and then it got worse again. But it's all fine. Everything
But
goes.
the fulcrum event that seems to relate to you ultimately landing here with us.
Yeah,
Well,
sure. If
and
you have the belief that you are the main character in a story and that the world revolves around you, that is 100% accurate. We are all experiencing the same
I'm not the
fulcrum
main
event,
character.
and we are all brought here by some divine fate, and we aren't just all people trying to do a job and trying to make money and exist in a world that is deeply reliant on income. Sure.
well,
To be
Look,
clear,
I'm just telling you what
most
you learn.
Yeah, to be clear, most everyone here, once we figured out that our some of the most traumatic events in our life all happened at the exact same time. This is not main character syndrome. This like is pissed everyone off.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
we kind of nearly made some very, very poor decisions when we found that out.
I think,
Hard side eye at Scott for that comment.
listen, I think we
Mhm.
all need to have a nice little group therapy session. And I think that would be wonderful because I'm fine. And I think
I think a tavern is the horrible place to have it. But you know what's the great place to do it? The 4 days on the road we're about to be going.
Yes.
Who's ready to pack up and go?
we should do that. And
I just want to put out one little sort of thought, last thought, with regards to
God's already
the
packing his bags.
aforementioned day of events, is that from what I've noticed, everyone in the group, now all of us did not sort of sit around, and Philly, this is partially to you so that you are aware, we did not all sit around and talk about what it was that happened that day. We did not.
Yeah.
They don't know what happened.
No.
They don't know what happened in my life on that day. I don't know specifically what happened in their lives on that day. All we know
No.
is that we all agreed and confirmed that that day had some significance, and that was the day that our lives turned toward Mandan and pushed us on our way towards that invasion and the events which have led us here.
So, yeah,
Now,
it wasn't
to-
the thing.
Sure,
It was
and
just
to
a
clarify,
catalyst.
it does seem to be of varying degrees of significance because, frankly, based on some of you seem like this was maybe the most significant thing going on in your life. And I fully respect that you may be ready to share at some point, but not perhaps now. I happen to know also that some others of us, perhaps it was not a terribly traumatic, climactic day for our lives. It was just a thing that set us on a certain path. And so, Billy, my thought on your statement, since you've been so kind as to share the specificity of that, that it was your God ceasing to talk to you. Given that we know that that day had to do with this trouble with the gods sort of beginning, it remains unclear in my mind as to whether you are actually being personally affected or directed, since you did not show up in Mandan on the appointed day, or if perhaps you are simply feeling the effects of something happening, and I don't mean any offense when I say this, something happening to your God. I don't want to alarm you or sort of, offend or in any way. But I am just saying, I guess I don't know for sure as to whether that event is as significant for you in the same way. And I don't think we all have the same level of significance of that day. So I think there's still a lot we don't know. That's all I wanted to point out. But yes, now I would like to get packing. Thank you, Scott.
Yes.
I just wanted to point that out because I hear it now.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Philly
Huh.
that she's coming in and she's hearing all this, and I would like to respect the fact that she told me to stop talking, and she's just gonna glare at you.
I have great news for all that. We have several days on the road for us to kind of spread out this information.
Yes.
And
So,
hey, Skad,
yes.
no dying this time, yeah?
Yeah, I'll keep my eye out for owl bears. We'll
Alright,
make
cool.
sure.
Thank you.
And we have a healer on the crew. So even
Hey.
if I do get hurt,
And if you die, it's a half off guarantee.
like which half?
Of my fee.
Fantastic.
So I guess
I
we
love that.
Yeah, so I guess we pack up and hit the road same day. Mark our way back, and as we're on the road, once we get going, I pull up alongside Philly, and I'm like, "So, to start off, let me tell you about the time we landed at a hotel that was run by a bunch of succubi and incubi that had no interest in being partners with anybody. Let's go."
And that
hell.
is where we will actually call our session range for the night. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you deeply, Cerrah, for being willing to join our table. She is going to be with us for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
We have a healer again.
Yay!
Yay.
Less dying.
Less again and more
Actually,
someone who
finally.
is more specifically dedicated.
Yes.
Seeing as the original healer range started leaning more into being a combative range.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which we need.
Yeah.
Which I thought suited perfectly.
Yeah, and I like this balance, like
Cheers.
core healer and then some people who can pick up if absolutely needed.
Yeah. That way you guys can use your spell slots for other things.
And if all else
All
fails, I
three of
can
them.
boop you
I
with
can-
a spare the dying.
I can cast lots of
As-
spells, and none of them will do anything.
'Cause I
So-
have
As a
And
point
silver
of
for 10.
order, our
Yeah.
next session will actually be the next stream will be on the 5th, which is going to be a one-shot hosted by Matt. Going to be here on this channel, same time, same space, different DM. We'll figure out our cast when we get there. The next main session of Tales from the Ten Lands, as usual, is going to be the first Tuesday and is going to be the 7th of May.
And by
Yes.
the way, you did say the 5th, and I just wanted to clarify, you meant the 5th Tuesday,
Yes,
uh,
the 5th
not
Tuesday.
the 5th of the next month. Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
this, in 2 weeks, the 5th Tuesday of the month, the 30th, there's enough numbers in there that you might get confused, but don't worry. It
it
is,
is my best friend's birthday.
hey, happy birthday.
Ah,
They get
very
next,
nice.
they get inspiration.
Yeah, cool. I'll hand it out to him.
So, in 2 weeks, we are going to be having that one shot. We will figure out the proper casting for that.
Yes.
Until next time, be well, roll safe, enjoy the tavern.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite sassy little fighter dwarf, Silver here, to thank you for watching this episode of Tales from the Ten Lands. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notifications whenever we post a new session. You can also catch us live every first and third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Central Time over on twitch.tv/BlackBarrelTavern. Until next time, be well, roll safe, and enjoy the tavern.